Live from the studios of KYMB Television in Monterey, California, it's Monterey on Tonight with Gary and Jules. 4 hours of your favorite classic music videos from yesterday and today, telephone and in-studio guests, and a few surprises along the way. And now, here are your hosts, Gary and Jules.
Well, here we are. It's week number 2 for the On Tonight with Gary and Jules. And if you're in Monterey, that's the name of the show, Monterey on Tonight. If you're in Santa Cruz, it's still Monterey on Tonight. Right, Jules?
Right.
And Jules has been celebrating. She's got the Mum Champagne open.
Courtesy of Gary and Cynthia Hamada last week, celebrating our...
And that's why you're not saying very much tonight.
I want to let you do all the talking, honey.
She said after she watched the show that we did last week, she said, you know, I did a lot of talking and you didn't do very much. And I said, that's okay, honey. You're just fine. You just go ahead and talk all you want. Anyway, we're here to have fun. We're here every Saturday night from 8 o'clock to midnight on KYMB, Comcast Cable Channel 19. We're going to be talking about Comcast later on in the broadcast tonight, so stay tuned. In fact, I will take this opportunity to show you this little Comcast
What is
box. That is a digital Comcast box.
Is that what we have at home?
Yep, because we're broadcasting. It says Comcast right here. We're broadcasting in digital form.
Can I see it?
Sure you can.
Was the other boxes that we used to have bigger?
Oh, yes,
They're
absolutely.
so small,
Well,
I can't believe it. Look
These
at
boxes,
this. Wait, let me see. Look
these
at that.
boxes are
It's
for you
incredible.
folks out there that have friends that say, I can't get Comcast Channel 19. Well, you can if you have one of these, and they're free. All you have to do is call Comcast.
How many do we get free?
You get 2 free.
What if you want another one?
I think you have to pay for it if it's after
okay.
2. But 2 are free, and with this little box and your TV set, you can watch us every Saturday night.
You get more
Obviously,
channels.
those of you that are watching already either have a big box or you have one of these. But tell your friends. They say, because I've had some people tell us, I can't get Channel 19. So that's all you need, and it's free. Call
Now,
Comcast.
if you have a digital TV, though, because your mom has a digital TV. By the way, you
Yes.
should say hello to your mother.
Hi, Mom.
Because I know she's watching with
She's
Scarlett.
watching. Yep.
If a person has a digital television with a built-in tuner, then contact us at our website, kymbtv.com, and we'll tell you how you can watch our channel without the digital box. I don't want to confuse the viewers by saying it here. So if that's your situation, email us and we'll tell you how to do it without the digital
It really
box.
is confusing. There's a lot of people that say, I have satellite and I don't know how to get you. You can get us with an antenna if you have satellite. A little antenna will pick up our over-the-air broadcast
So
station.
just email us, tell us your situation, and we'll tell you the best possible way to watch us.
And
right?
the email address that they should go to is...
Well, we got to give Dave a chance to run over to his desk. Dave is our engineer, by the way. We are live TV. And
I love live TV.
it's fun.
Yeah, it
Makes
is.
everyone a little nervous about being a guest, though. Have you noticed?
I noticed that, yeah.
But anyway, it's more fun, I think.
The
KYM
KYMB email address?
Or our website.
Can you put it down there
if
on
you
the
go to our
bottom?
website, there's a feedback form.
There it is.
There you go. Right on the front page, we created a feedback form so you can send us your questions, or if you have events, or if you just
If you want to be a guest.
If you want to be a guest or
Yeah.
a sponsor. Hey,
We're a sponsor.
we need sponsors.
Yeah, and we want to thank our sponsors tonight in advance. The first hour is brought to you by Me and Ed's Pizza Parlor in Seaside, California, at the corner of Broadway and Fremont. Akram, thank you so much for being our sponsor.
We're going
He's-
to order pizza again this week. If you were with
Yes.
us last week, you saw what an amazing pizza. And for those of you visiting us for the first time, we're going to tell you all about this incredible it's an experience.
It
isn't
really
it?
is.
Isn't it?
And
It's
I
an
heard
experience.
you say that you wanted to do a Canadian bacon and pineapple
I
tonight.
thought I would just throw Gary something a little different. He always gets
Because
the
I'm a
same
pepperoni and mushroom kind
every
of guy.
time, and I
so.
thought, why don't we do something a little different this time?
All right. Well, anyway, enough with the chatter. Let's
Okay.
get into our first video because this is classic music videos. They're available to us from Cool TV. Our channel 27.2 is going to become a 24-hour music video channel, and the videos will come from Cool TV. And so thank you guys at Cool TV for that. And what's our first music video of the night, Jules?
Well, you should know. You picked it.
I did.
What did
but
you
I
pick?
wanted you to tell everybody
Well, you
what
tell them what it
is.
is, and I'll tell them about it.
Well, it's Van Halen.
Yes.
And it goes back to a time when Van Halen and David Lee Roth were feuding a bit.
Well, they weren't feuding until this song, actually.
Okay.
It was
so
1984.
1984.
And remember the name of the song?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What is it?
It's Jump.
Of course. Do you
Yeah,
guys remember
absolutely.
Jump? No, Gary, I have to ask. We were talking about this last night over a late night snack. Where were you at when this song came out?
I was watching MTV.
Okay. No, you. There's more of a story than that.
Well, I was
Gary
I was in
had-
Fresno. That's where I
Gary
used
not
to
only
live.
had the TV station in Fresno, but he also had Fat Burger, the Fat Burger franchise, on Blackstone and Herndon.
In
For those
Fresno,
of you who
yeah.
know Fresno, and you were newly opened, and Gary actually had VJs, right? You had
We
VJs
had
just
VJs.
like MTV.
It's a long story. You have to read my book.
Okay, guess where I was?
Where were you?
You know where I was.
You were in high school.
I was in high
Okay.
school.
Well,
We
there's
were
a little
driving
bit of an age difference, but we won't talk about that right here.
That's okay. It works.
Anyway, okay, let's
So,
go with.
Jump with Van Halen,
Yeah.
and this song can be accredited to not only being one of the most recognizable songs from Van Halen, but also the song that broke David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen up, because
wow.
David Lee Roth created his own music studio. He didn't invite
No, Eddie Van Halen.
I'm sorry. Yes, Eddie
Yes.
Van Halen created his own studio, and by
In his home, in his home.
and by virtue of the band being named after him, he really didn't seek the input and advice of David Lee Roth and the other fellow that was in the band. So he created Jump. David Lee Roth had a fit because it deviated from the hard rock concept that what they were known for as a brand.
Yep.
And Eddie Van Halen said, "Take it or leave it, you guys." And so
they left.
they left. And they
But
broke
anyway,
him up, but it was a hit. It was a total hit on MTV.
All the way back to 1984. That's Van Halen and Jump.
Do you
with
know who
David Lee Roth.
Do you know who Van Halen was married to?
Valerie Bertinelli.
And you know how you knew that?
Doug just told me.
Our studio audience. Hi, Akram. It's Juliana.
We're talking
We're on
to
air live. Can I put you on for 30 seconds? Okay, hold on.
Akram.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Thank you again for being
Glad
our
to hear from
sponsor
you.
here tonight
No
for
problem at all.
the
And,
next hour on Monterey on Tonight. And what's going on out at me and Ed's tonight?
We have in the plans, we have a huge party in the back right now. They just got their pizzas, and delivery is just doing great tonight. It's a beautiful night, very, very nice. It just they said it was gonna rain, but thank God it's not. I don't know
Well,
why.
good.
yeah, we're doing very
Well,
good.
Well, we are here at the studio looking forward to our pizza, and Juliana had a special request tonight
Yes,
for a
Hawaiian.
special pizza.
Yes,
Yes,
we
you
wanted
know
a
that,
Hawaiian
huh?
pizza.
Canadian bacon and pineapple, and you've got that $10 special that's unheard of in me and Ed's history
it's
right now going on, right?
It's an awesome deal, and we've been doing so successful with that so far. It's doing great, and a lot of people find out. I'm not sure, we haven't got out with the flyers. We're supposed to have a flyer out on the 15th of this month, and that will be going soon. And
But
we
Akram,
have-
they don't need a flyer to come in and get a $10
no,
pizza,
no,
right?
No, they don't. Just come in, and we right there we hand it out, and we make it for you. We make it happening. 3 topping for $10. It's a great deal. Very,
That's
very nice
amazing.
deal. Yes,
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
And
3
never haven't
toppings.
been it for absolutely yes.
And that's at Broadway in Fremont, right?
Broadway and Fremont.
Do you have the jukebox going?
We have the jukebox going. The 5 televisions is on, and we got quite a bit of people in the back now. They're having fun, and we have beer and soda and pizzas and calzone sandwiches. Just come on down and have fun.
And a salad bar. Hey, how
Absolutely.
what's your phone number for
We're here with 899-0101. Very easy to remember, and your pizza's on the way, and they already took off with that. And
Great.
and you're gonna enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful pizza. It's coming out today. It's great.
And one final thing, Akram, you deliver, and where
Free.
do
We
you
deliver
deliver?
free anywhere in Marina, in We go to Pacific Grove. We go to Monterey, anywhere in Seaside, the Fort Ord. We go all over the place.
How about Carmel?
We go to Carmel and
Great.
on special occasions, and we do. We go to Carmel by the sea. We don't go so far into the valley, but we do arrangement for that.
Okay.
And
A
we
good tip, right?
No,
For the
just
gas.
we make sure that we get there and we know exactly where we're going, and we get there no problem at all.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much, Akram, for being our sponsor here on Monterey on
You
tonight.
guys
We
have
really
a wonderful
appreciate it.
evening, and I'm very glad to be one of the help in there. And good luck again. And
Thank
we
you,
look forward
Akram.
to see you soon.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
What a nice guy. You have to stop by me and Ed's in Seaside. Say hi to Akram. Tell him you heard about me and Ed's on the On Tonight show. That'll ensure that we'll be able to bring you music videos, classic music
Well, not
videos.
just that. The pizza is, I know last week if you were here with us, you heard me brag all about it for 4 hours.
Yes, you
but
did.
I'm serious. There is nothing like it. Once you have me and Ed's pizza, you won't want any other pizza. It's just amazing.
It's something about the
58
crust.
It is. The crust and the oven that they
And the
bake their
oven.
crust. It's 58 years that they've been in business. They have over that many stores all up and down the San Joaquin Valley, and they're here now. And they have a beautiful, beautiful restaurant. It's
They
a
really do. Fireplace.
fireplace and the 5 screens TV and the jukebox and frosting mugs.
And a back room for
with your
special
beer.
occasions that you
Yep,
can
absolutely. Rent.
have your parties.
Well, not rent. It's actually just
It's
order the pizza. You
Just
can
order
have
the
your
pizza
room there.
and
Yeah.
have a party.
So
a
be
pizza
sure.
party.
So call 899-0101. That's me and Ed's phone number, 899-0101. Ask for your $10 pizza, 3 toppings, and you know what? At that price, you may as well get 3 because I promise you, once you try it, you will want it for breakfast.
And we heard from Akram
What?
that last week we actually did get some people who were watching our show
Thank you, yes.
to go into me and Ed's. And so thank you, folks. We really appreciate that. As I said earlier, it ensures we're going to be here every Saturday night to play your favorite classic music videos.
Now, in addition to that, we also want to invite you to watch KYMB Comcast Channel 19 throughout the week. We are the new MGM Movie Studios network affiliate. They have over 4,000 movies from their library from not only MGM, but Orion, Polygram, and there was Canon. It's lots and lots of movies. Yesterday, I turned on the channel, and Patrick Swayze was on there. Wow, what an actor, huh?
Yeah, great. Sorry
so-
he is gone.
Yeah,
That was
but it
too
was really,
sad.
and then I see on Sunday, Christian Slater, there was a preview of a movie. It looks a little scary. It's called Twisted, but boy, he looks 12 years old. It's so funny
Well,
to see.
speaking of
What?
all of the movies on Channel 19, this TV, the MGM Movie Library, should we have
Sarah?
Sarah now?
Right. Sarah Nicole's our on-air
Yeah.
host, and we're very fortunate to have her in Monterey because she has done a lot of network work outside of the market, and she has some big goals.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to
E-Channel.
Oh, yeah, that's her goal is the E-Channel. So what we're going to do is she was kind enough to record a remote video for us, and she couldn't be here in person. She'll be here next Saturday.
She'll be back in the studio
In the next one,
live.
but she's going to give us a little preview of what's coming up here on our Comcast Cable Channel 19 KYMB TV. And Dave is our engineer who will be kind enough to play it. He looks like he's ready to go. Thanks, Dave.
Here's Sarah.
Hey, Gary and Jules and Dave and the rest of the gang in the studio. Sarah Nicole here, and I'm down here in San Diego, in the beautiful San Diego for a visit, and I'm checking in from a movie review. So I hope you guys are having some fun. I know last week our premiere was such a party, and I'm bummed I can't be there. Yeah, that's right. I'm so bummed I'm in San Diego. But Monterey's not such a bad place to be either, right?
Up a little.
Anyways, I was able to check out a few of the upcoming movies that are playing on our station next week, and I'm so impressed with how many good movies there are from the
Little higher,
20s, 30s, 40s, even 50 years ago. They get archived. And thanks to this TV, we're able to play them on our station. So what are some of the highlights and my recommendations for the upcoming week? Still of the Night, released in 1982 with Meryl Streep. It's a drama, and boy, let me tell you, a drama. I had no idea that movies in the 80s could be just as scary, if not scarier, as the movies released today. I watched it alone, and I was hiding under the covers. Anyways, it features Meryl Streep when she was much younger, and what a beauty she was and still is. That woman is such a polished actress. It comes on Monday at 9 p.m., so beat your Monday blues with a good drama, still of the night, at 9 p.m. right here on KYB. Then on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m., we have Cuba, released in 1979 with Sean Connery. It's an action movie and a love story. So check out Cuba Tuesday at 9:30. Then on Friday, if you happen to be at home at 9 a.m., God forbid that you're sick at home, but for whatever reason you are home, tune into KYB on Friday for a movie released in 1962 called Follow That Dream with Elvis Presley. We play quite a bit of Elvis movies on our station, and it's great because they're always such good movies. So Follow That Dream is a musical comedy drama with the tagline being, Elvis hits the road to laughter and hits a new high in romance. Imagine that. Also, Friday at 9 p.m., we have Robert Downey Jr. in a movie called 1969. It's a drama about the Vietnam War. It actually features quite a few famous actors. I swear I'm not just choosing movies because of all the handsome men. Sean Connery, Elvis Presley, Robert Downey Jr. I still pick Still of the Night with Meryl Streep too, but trust me, these are great movies which feature some really great actors. Remember, you can always check out the schedule of movies on our website and on this TV website. Also, if any of your viewers have any questions about the upcoming movies on our station, feel free to shoot me an email, sarah@kymbtv.com. So, Thanks for having me. Once again, sorry I couldn't be in the studio, but I'm here in San Diego, and next week you'll see me right back in the studio. All right, everyone, have fun.
You know what's amazing? She did that with her Apple laptop. The technology just continues to amaze me. Sitting in her friend's condo down there in San Diego and emailing us the file.
Well, look at Oprah. She's got Skype on all the time.
We have to use the Skype application here. In fact, Dave and I are going to work on that so that we can set up Skype and we can actually put people on from Skype live. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do today.
If we could do it by next Saturday, it'd be great because we've got Nick Williams on as a guest after these next
That's
videos.
Right.
And he's going to talk about an event that's going on next Saturday. And I know tonight there's several people over at the fashion show at Chateau Julian. So Skype would just be dynamite.
Yeah,
for
we
the
could
show.
actually go live.
Yeah.
Well,
let's
all
do
right,
it.
let's work on that.
Okay.
Hey, you heard it here first, folks. Skype in Monterey. Anyway, if you don't know what Skype is, we'll tell you about it next time.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, two videos coming up. The next video is Alone by Heart, and you have some info. Juliana goes to Google or Wikipedia and she gets all the information about these videos. And as I said last week, if there wasn't an internet, when these videos were recorded and actually made back in the 80s, these classic videos, we wouldn't know all this stuff that we know.
Well, the next song, Alone by Heart, was from 1987. And 20 years later, Celine Dion actually re-recorded it. So it's a
great song.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun to listen to.
So we're going to do Alone, and then we'll come back with...
Actually, we're going to do Alone and then a song from Madonna. So enjoy them both, okay?
Here you are.
Bye-bye. You can try and get it towards the end of the...
Yeah, we'll try another machine, but anyway.
While Dave is queuing up the next song, I think, can we get, when to come
Well,
up
no,
with?
let's do the next video. It'll be a little easier for us.
Okay.
And then... we'll come back with our pizza.
That sounds great.
So, Dave,
Welcome
tell us when you're ready.
to live TV, folks.
Okay, let's try this one and see if this one works okay. And we're having technical difficulties, live TV, folks, So, Dave, why don't you switch machines and see if that helps? Can you do that? Or do you have one queued up?
I have one queued up.
What do you have queued up?
Yeah, why don't you play the one you have queued?
What do you have?
So we're going to jump to the...
Which one are we going to do?
To True Colors.
True Colors with Cyndi Lauper.
Oh,
let's
you know
see.
what it might have been? It was the end of that from last week. We were at the end. So let's go,
Yeah, let's see what happens with True
Fresh
Colors.
disc. We'll see what's going to happen with this.
Okay, here we go. True Colors, Cyndi Lauper, and we'll see
We
if
will
can...
work on getting those two back because those were fun songs.
Yeah.
So we will play.
I'm going to go get my DVD cleaner out and clean the disc.
And
that was Cyndi Lauper and True Colors.
I like Cyndi.
A beautiful video from what year was that?
It really did. It was the early 80s. It was MTV days. Do you remember Cyndi Lauper?
No, I wasn't even born yet.
So this is the first time you've heard this
I
song?
knew that was going to
I've heard
happen.
this song before,
Have you heard this
I was
song?
born in 90, so.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, gee whiz. Guess what you missed? You missed all the 80s.
I know, I missed it.
You missed MTV. The beginning of MTV, but you know
I
what?
missed all the good stuff.
You did miss all the good stuff, but you know what? We're going to have 24-hour-a-day music videos on one of our channels.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what happened to MTV and VH1? They started running programs.
Garrett, why did they have to do that?
Because of ratings. It's really difficult for music video channels to get ratings because people just tune in.
Is it because of videos are so short?
Well, they can't put them in program format.
Oh.
And so when you write a diary for Nielsen or say what you're watching, videos didn't show up. And so without ratings, you couldn't get advertisers. Not so much with our show because we know who to go see to get advertisers. So we don't really need ratings.
We don't need
here.
ratings.
We just need advertisers. Anyway,
This is Gwen from
Gwen
Me
from Me
and
and
Ed's.
Ed's.
She was here last week and she's been kind enough to bring us
show
pizza.
us the
Yes.
pizza that you brought us tonight.
All right,
Kind of
I
hold
didn't
it up.
make it, but
You didn't make it. Hold
here
it
we
up
go.
just a little. Look at that beautiful pizza.
Canadian bacon and pineapple. Yum, yum, yum.
And I
my
wish,
favorite.
as I said last week, if we had smell-o-vision, it's throughout the whole studio
And then,
here.
well, before you switch the camera, the crust here, okay. See that? You have crispy?
Yeah,
That's
it's
now
just
that's my
terrific.
piece, okay?
Yeah, okay. Well, you put your hand on it, so that is your piece.
Yum.
But
Oh,
Gwen,
that's so
thank
good.
you. Tell us what's going on down at Me and Ed's tonight.
It's pretty busy tonight. I actually just took the owner's daughters on a couple deliveries with me. They
Oh,
kept me
great.
company, so
Oh, great, great.
it's just fun down there. Pretty busy for a Saturday night.
And you guys are open how late tonight?
Till 11 tonight.
Okay, and so if anyone wants to order a pizza, they can call 899-0101.
That's right. That's
and
the
it's
number.
the $10 special tonight, 3 toppings.
Large 3 topping for $10
And
tonight.
you are the beautiful person that goes out and does the deliveries.
Yes, I am one of them.
One of them. Oh, there are more than just you.
Yeah, there's 2 other delivery drivers.
Okay, but they could request you,
And
right?
aren't tips nice?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very nice to make tips.
Well, thank you so much for bringing our pizza.
Of course.
And we'll see you again hopefully next week.
Uh-huh.
I think Me and Ed signed up to be a sponsor for a while, Jules.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yum,
so,
yum, yum.
So
Sure,
we'll
I'll
be
make
getting.
my appearance next week.
You'll be here next week. Okay, back to the music videos this time, and Dave took out his DVD cleaner, and we're going to play those videos that we told you about that we had problems
This
later
is
in
live
the show.
TV. You never know what'll happen.
You never know what's
folks,
going to happen.
ever.
So we're going to get ready for Nick Williams, who's going to be here to talk about Hearts for Haiti. He's next, but we're going to play a video.
We're going to play Air Supply's Making Love Out of Nothing at All.
Here's Air Supply.
And a little bit of a quiz about this.
Okay.
The fellow that wrote and composed the song was Jim Steinman, and that was a new name for me, but once you pulled it up on the internet, it was just amazing at how
many
how busy he was.
Yeah.
And he actually wrote Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, and when he did that, they both, Bonnie Tyler's song and Air Supply's song that we're about to play came out at the same time, and Bonnie Tyler's song was the only reason that the song we're about to play from Air Supply didn't make it to number one. So Jim Steinman had two hits at number 1 and number 2 at the same time.
Can you believe that? That's Jules' favorite group. She just told us.
Well, when I was 13.
When she was 13. Air Supply.
Did I just say my age?
Yes, you did. They figured it out.
shouldn't have.
All they do is they go back and see, let's see, they're going to subtract and then they're going to add and they'll figure it out.
Uh-oh.
They'll know exactly how old you are.
Okay, let's change subject.
Anyway, that was Air Supply, and this is Nick Williams. Nick, welcome to Monterey on Tonight.
Nick
Thank
Williams Music.
Nick
Thank you very
Williams
much for
Music
having
in
me.
Carmel, California, and Nick is really doing something wonderful for the folks in Haiti. A lot of hard work, Nick, to put something like this together. And folks, if you're out there watching tonight, please help with the Hearts for Haiti. Nick's going to tell you about it. It's a wonderful event coming up next week, right, Nick?
Next Saturday, a week from tonight.
Saturday night, March the
13th.
13th, and it's over where? At the
Embassy Suites in the ballroom, and the doors open at 6 o'clock. Show will start between 6:30 and 7.
And it's a fabulous show that Nick has put together. He's reached out to all of his friends in the music industry, and he's got connections. I mean, if we had time to read Nick's bio, you would know that this man is so well connected with the music industry
And local music.
and
too.
local music and local artists. But the amazing thing is that he's reached out to many of his friends who are going to come in for this event. Tell us who's going to be there, Nick.
Well, we've got Carla Blackwell and her band. Actually, we have 4 bands. Red Beans and Rice, And Spectre Dance is coming, do a special featured solo, couple of solos. A gal from San Francisco will be featured, national winner. My band, Nick Williams Trio, and Jonah and the Whale Watchers, Red Beans and Rice.
Red beans and rice. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds great.
And we got some comics, one flying out from Vegas. He's paying his own way.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow.
That's great.
Mark Patrick.
Mark Patrick.
And C.C. Moore out of San Francisco, who did a Haiti benefit down at the Bluefin on Cannery Row, found him. I guess they're buddies or something, you know, and they travel together and do shows together and feed off each other. And they've agreed to split 25 minutes.
Wonderful.
Super.
Well, Dave and I this week, we're going to work on, we've got a lot going on, but we're going to work on seeing if we can get a Skype over at the embassy next Saturday night. So while we're here live, we're going to see if we can cut to you.
What time does your event start?
About 6:30.
6:30.
6:30.
And we go on the air at 8. And so maybe 8:15, 8:20, 8:30, somewhere in that first half hour, when things are really rolling there, we'll be able to cut to you.
Either that or we can at least talk to him on a cell phone.
We'll
You
do
know,
cell
like
phone, we'll do Skype, we'll remind the folks that it's going on next Saturday night. But those of you that are watching right now that would like to buy tickets, Nick, how much are the tickets?
Well, they range from $15 to $20.
Okay,
For 15 for the kids, military, and seniors.
all right.
And of course, that's in advance. If people show up that night, then they're going to have a $5 charge added at the door, which would be
And-
25 and 20.
If I wanted to buy tickets right now, how would I go
I'll
about
probably
doing
call
it?
you directly, right?
Yeah, you call my shop, 626-9151.
And you're listed in the phone book, Nick Williams Music, and the
Yeah.
and directory
Or
assistance.
the viewers
Yeah.
can email us through our feedback form at kynbtv.com and just let us know you're looking for the information for the Nick Williams Hearts for Haiti event, and we'll go ahead and forward you Nick's contact. Just in case you don't have a pin, just remember KYNBTV.
Go to our website, which is on the screen right now, and we'll tell you how to find Nick and get your tickets. It's really a great event, folks. You're so lucky here on the Monterey Peninsula to have a guy like Nick Williams doing this for charity.
Will you be doing this for Chile?
Hearts for Chile
really,
next,
It's
Nick?
really
You know what? I've been listening to the news
It's
and trying to
unfortunate.
keep up on this, so I know what I'm talking about. It was such a heartfelt thing to realize this earthquake and what it did and
Yes.
devastation.
and the aftershocks are
$1 billion.
are just,
It's going to be $1 billion to recover.
it's amazing.
Didn't you say
And,
something about a 6.8 again in Chile?
Well, it's not what happened was there was Haiti, but from what I understand, Haiti doesn't have the infrastructure the way that Chile did. When Chile had their earthquake, they were somewhat prepared in the way that they did their structural engineering. And then there was an earthquake in Taiwan, and after the earthquake in Taiwan, Chile was starting to get aftershocks at 6.8, 6.9,
Wow.
which is almost as strong as a single earthquake. So did you hear about those freak waves out in the ocean too?
Yes,
Those are over
yes.
33 foot just out of nowhere that were battering. So I mean, there's definitely some unsettling things going on right now. Fiji.
Iwa Beach in Hawaii.
Yeah.
A lot of
So-
devastation caused by earthquakes, folks. You know, Californians really do need to be prepared because it's been a long time since our state has had anything devastating like Chile and
Right.
Haiti, and we
Right.
need to be more prepared. We really do, especially
there's
those of us
lists.
that are close to the San Andreas Fault.
Yeah. There's definitely preparedness lists that you can get, and have enough water.
We
and enough
should do a show about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's do that
let's
then.
find out who we could have
Really,
on
really
to talk
quick
about
though,
that.
Nick. What was interesting is that Gary and I took a tour of a TV station in San Francisco, and we were told by the general manager that they actually have a remote truck right outside the studio and one in San Jose because they fully expect that to happen, and they are just waiting for the inability to not be able to
Get out on the street.
to be able to deliver the signal from the studio, the building. They've got the two remote trucks ready to go for when that happens.
When it
So
happens.
it's really,
So they know it's coming, and we should all know it's coming, folks, and we should be prepared. We'll have a list. We'll do
Okay.
let's
We'll
do
do
a
a
we'll get
emergency-
someone on from from
You know Daverly Gill? Her son.
do,
Her
yeah.
son put one together.
Really?
Yeah,
An
so we'll
emergency
have
kit.
Ethan come on and show
Yeah,
us his
sure.
kit.
He could talk about his emergency kit.
But
just
you know
in
what's
case.
really nice is that what you've done for the community to be able to not only to be able to send proceeds over to Haiti to help however our community can, but also the entertainment value that you're offering at the same time. So when that people do attend, you know, I mean, it sounds like you put a lot of work into this event.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not quite awake at this point.
Is this a little later than?
He's been working
I've been
around
a
the clock.
working musician for 40 years, and 2 o'clock in the morning is when you come home, read the paper, and have a snack.
That's right.
But
well, and
not
I
now.
know.
Not now, huh?
No, I know, Nick. You've been spending a lot of time working on this, and bless you for that. It's really kind of you to take the initiative and do this and put all of this together. We know how difficult it is to put an event like this on. So, folks, remember it's next Saturday night, March 13th, at the Embassy Suites. Doors open at 6:30.
6.
6. Doors open at 6. So get there early, get a good seat. You're going to enjoy yourselves. Comics, music. Nick's going to be there with his trio.
And we have a surprise, too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Marie O'Donnell, who's been on Saturday Night Live.
Ooh.
She's done sketches for 5 years when David Letterman was in New York.
Wow.
And, all the stuff
Yeah.
they did then. I don't know if they were live or taped.
Probably tape. They tape earlier on the same day.
But she did voices and things, and now she's done a speculation thing, which is PBS, a dinosaur train. She's one of the dinosaur, kind of a wicked ant or something, in the story, the cartoon for the kids.
Great.
So she's quite a bubbly
she coming?
character. She's going to be there.
Wow.
Well, super.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, will you stick around? We're going to go to another video, but we'd
Sure.
like to talk a bit about what you do in Carmel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
And I've got a few more things about the show.
Okay.
Great,
Great.
okay.
Let's play our next video then, which is we're gonna skip one.
We
you
said, okay,
said.
Take Me Home by Phil
Ah,
Collins.
Phil Collins. I am a Phil Collins fan. How about you, Nick? Do you remember him?
Yeah.
1980.
I used to be related.
Yeah, you kind of look like your cousins. You look a
Well,
little
Nick
cousins.
Williams and Phil Collins, they could make a duo, couldn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is from 1985.
1985. Here's Phil Collins and "Take Me Home," and there it is. I told you,
That was a
tagline.
great-
Wasn't that great?
That was a great song.
Where have you been? Oh, I've been Tokyo, San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York.
He
Yeah,
actually had to travel all those places
Oh yeah,
to
they
do
did.
the video.
When they made that video, they traveled all over the world to make that video.
What a nice write-off for the video.
Wasn't that great? Yeah, I love that video. That's Phil Collins from the '80s, and if you are watching for the very first time, you just happen to tune in, Comcast Cable Channel 19 tonight, KYMB. This is the Monterey on Tonight show. We're here every Saturday night.
Correct. And if you're watching us from Santa Cruz, you will be on Comcast Channel 19 very soon. They're going to be switching you from where you're watching us right now to 19, probably in about another week. So.
Yeah, well, at the end of the month, I think
Right.
they told us.
Right.
But I'm Gary,
I'm Jules.
and that's Nick.
Nick?
Nick is our guest for this portion of the show, brought to you by Me and Ed's at Broadway in Fremont. Don't forget to order that pizza, 3 toppings for $10.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. And Nick, you had some other things to tell us about.
On our show, Hearts for Haiti, Monterey Bay at the Embassy Suites Hotel this coming Saturday, 6 o'clock. The show will start around 6:30. We're going to feature a little girl from Haiti,
Oh, wow.
Symphony Constant,
Great.
who's been studying singing with me for several years, and she's quite a talent. She's going to be featured in the first half on several songs, and she's going to do a song that one of the gentlemen from the Boys and Girls Club wrote, and he will accompany her. So it's quite a touching group of things that we put together to lead up with from the children to the adults. And her mother, Claude Constant, is also on our committee. She's one of our sponsors, and as the paper notes, helped spearhead this project with me. And we have quite a nice committee of ladies, including a retired Peace Corps president from Port-au-Prince for 5 years, Francine Daub, I think it is.
Oh, good for you. And that's
They're all pulling together, you know.
yes.
The closer we get to the concert, we better get it together.
Well, I hope the ticket sales will improve from your appearance here tonight. Hopefully,
so.
the folks out there that are watching will call. Go to our website. We'll tell you how to get tickets.
How long is the event that night? What are you thinking it's going to run about? How long?
Well, we're telling people it starts at 6:30 because it's getting longer the more acts we add in. We're trying to place them for 5-minute slots, 10-minute slots. So we're going to keep moving. We've actually had to go to 2 stages
Wow.
in order to keep it moving left to right and lighting and so on. So yes, it's.
So it could go as late as midnight.
No, well, we have
Probably
the room.
a few hours.
We have
huh?
the room till probably 11.
11.
But I anticipate the last band, Carla, will probably be going on somewhere towards 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Red Beans and Rice around 9. Jonah before that, and I'll be in front of that.
Well, great.
And you've also got comedians interspersed with
Yeah.
that.
The
With the
comedians.
music. What a
Yeah.
great combination.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't end up going to midnight. Tell
Well,
the
we're
folks
gonna-
at the embassy to come on out of the rooms and come on down and enjoy.
If the people are still there, we're going to have a little jam at the end.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
And
Well, maybe we can go over
Everyone's
after
going
our
to join
show.
in, whatever they're going to do,
I'm
and come up
gonna
on the
hope.
stage.
I'm going to hope you have to go after midnight so Jules and I can come down to the embassy and
Check it
join
out.
in the fun.
Well, we're going to have a gal from, what does she call it, Secret Letters, Victoria. She's going to do a video.
Wow.
So we will have,
Video clips, huh?
Video
yeah.
clips.
Oh,
Great.
that's good. That's good.
and we have a PowerPoint of the devastation and happier life before the earthquake in Haiti, which will be there too on a big screen.
And Nick is a resident of this area. Nick, how many years have you been here on the Monterey Peninsula?
Oh, I can't count them on 2 hands.
2 hands?
I guess since I was a kid, I was in the, 45, 46, 1946, something like that.
Okay. And you've had your music store in Carmel for how many years there? The one that Jules and I visited.
Right, 18 years.
18
My
years.
studio's been there, and I was 20 years prior in Pacific Grove.
So you were Pacific Grove, then you moved to Carmel, and the location where you are. What's the street that you're on there in Carmel?
Lincoln, between 5th and 6th.
You got a cute little shop in the back there. Really, really a neat little spot.
Now, what instruments do you teach? If somebody wanted private lessons.
Most of the band instruments.
Okay. I play clarinet and saxophone and woodwind, so
Yeah, she was
maybe I'll pick it
talented
up
in
again.
hie school. Yeah.
Well, we have to check, see how you hold it there.
Yeah.
well, I had to get my retainer because that really it does affect your
Yeah.
your deep. But you know what? And then I saw you have a piano, so you have a piano instruction as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Strings.
And what about
piano.
vocal?
Yeah.
Vocal.
Well, that's not my forte, but I've worked with so many great singers. They pass some of the tips to me,
Oh, good.
and I pass them on.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Super.
Great.
Well, thank you, Nick, for being here tonight. Let's hope that everyone shows up for Hearts for Haiti at the embassy next Saturday night.
Yeah,
March
just call the
13th.
number,
Call the number or
626-9151.
626-9151 and
Or go to our website, kymvtv.com, and submit a request through the feedback form.
right.
And
And
there's
we'll forward you.
one other way,
What?
which we're working on right now, is a PayPal technique online
Good. That's
with
great.
a site which will be Hearts for Haiti, Monterey Bay, and you'll be able to get tickets that way, probably starting tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll go to a site, maybe either my site, nickwilliamsmusic.com, or another site that'll have that special title to it, Hearts for Haiti,
Okay.
and click on the PayPal title, and you can get tickets that way, either credit card or through PayPal directly to the bank, I think is how it works.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you
Well,
so
thanks
much.
for
Nick.
being here,
Okay.
and we look forward to seeing you Saturday night. And
Thank you for
stick around
giving us-
past midnight. We'll come right over.
I don't think the folks know that you're donating this time.
Oh,
for me.
absolutely.
Most of these guests are paid hourly or half
Well, we
hour.
actually we were able to find an underwriter, so.
Yeah.
That's great. I
No,
appreciate it very
We're
much.
happy to help you, Nick. You're really going out of your way for a great cause. Thank you for being here
And
tonight.
pulling the community, all
Absolutely.
of this wonderful, wonderful
I'm
talent.
we're trying to pull them together.
Yeah. Let's
Great.
hope you have a great turnout there.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
back to the music videos here on Monterey on Tonight. And what's next, Jules?
Back on the chain gang, and this was the Pretenders. Do you remember the
Yeah.
Pretenders?
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember the
This
great
was
Pretender.
November 1982,
Okay,
and it
back,
was it echoes the chorus echoes a similar sound to when Sam Cooke
Oh yeah.
did his, and
Working
then
on the chain gang.
absolutely, and then Selena
did a little bit of a version of
Yeah, she
this,
did.
but with some Spanish lyrics.
Spanish lyrics.
So this is a great
Famous
song.
artist Selena, one of my favorites.
November 1982.
Okay, here we go
Pretenders.
with the Pretenders.
Thanks, Nick.
All right,
Come
thank
back
you.
Oh,
and
that's
see
the kind of music that our engineer Dave likes.
Dave.
Dave likes hard
Dave
rock.
likes that.
Hard
you know what's
rock.
interesting, Gare,
Yeah.
is that in the 80s, when MTV came out, there was basically two sounds.
Yes.
There was basically the NXS, the Cyndi Lauper sound, and then you've got some more of this guitar, a little of the rock. And you know what's interesting is I have a sister, and she liked one type of the sound, and I liked
Like
the
the
other.
other,
So we never could
yeah.
agree on the same the same songs. But anyway, generally we like to play some of the softer music, but we
When-
made an exception with that for Dave Johnson.
When that
our
video
skill-
was playing, Jules was
I'm
saying...
like this.
Yeah. She said, we just lost all the audience. They've tuned us
I'm
out.
closing
They don't
my
like that
ears.
hard rock.
Dave's like, I like it. Anyway,
So anyway, we don't know what the demographic of our audience is yet. We're just finding out, because last week was our first show. This is our second. This is Monterey On Tonight. If you happen to go through the channels, I know people don't do that anymore. You have to look at the guide.
well,
and
our
hopefully
guide
tonight,
is correct.
Yes.
I checked Comcast. Thank you very much. Was able to put our program schedule on, and we have Monterey On Tonight through midnight. We're here every Saturday night, 8 to midnight, and then on after midnight we have Coastal Television Network on Saturday nights now, which if you can stick around after the show, it's actually a lot of fun, and it's a sample of what we're doing for our community here to promote tourism to the
Yes.
area. So.
Yes, and our next guest just arrived, so we're going to get ready for Joe. Hi, Joe.
No,
Oh, that's not Joe?
Noel.
Oh, that's Noel.
That's
oh, I
Noel.
thought that was
Our
Joe.
studio audience is growing
Yes.
and growing. We have
Dan
from
Fresno.
Fresno and his wife
wife.
and daughter. We have
Yeah.
Noel and Catherine and Dave. We want to thank everyone for becoming a part of our studio audience here. So before we go any further,
Okay.
what I wanted to share with our viewers
Yes.
is last week I mentioned to please submit some information through our website, kymbtv.com. Let us know how you like the show, if you have any special events. And we want to thank our viewers for such great feedback. And the viewers that did submit were entered into a drawing. And we'd
Yes.
like to continue to encourage that. Go to our website, kymbtv.com, because what we're giving away tonight is a $25 gift certificate to Ola Mexican Restaurant. A mouthful there.
And they are our next hour's sponsor, brand new
Absolutely.
sponsor. Welcome, Ola's.
And Ola is located at 3600 Barnyard, which is the Barnyard Shopping Center in Carmel. That's okay, Dave. Dave's all. It's okay. kymbtv.com. If you'd like more information on their location, you can just send us that request. But really, go to our website. Tell us what you think of the show. Let us know what kind of music videos you like, what kind of music you like, and we will definitely enter you into our giveaway drawing. And we will be announcing our winner. So if you submitted last week and this week, you're entered into our drawing.
Are we doing that tonight?
We can, absolutely.
Oh,
At the end
great.
of the
Okay,
show,
at the
we'll
end of
be
the show,
announcing.
Stay tuned.
And then one of the things I wanted to mention about Ola is, I don't know how, if you live in Carmel, you probably are familiar, but if you don't, it's definitely worth the drive over. It's a really nice restaurant, and they actually have two other locations in Burlingame and Belmont. Now they're in Carmel, and they have some really super deals
And
on.
They were going to turn the big screens on tonight to our show.
So we gotta say hi to Bernadette. You
Hi,
definitely want to
Bernadette.
say hi to Bernadette. And on Tuesdays from 3 to 9, Bernadette was really insistent that we make sure our viewers know that they have half off the menu items
Can you believe
for
that?
food. So from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, half off. I mean, how can you go wrong?
You
It's
can't go
totally.
wrong.
And once you try their food, it's so great. You'll definitely want to go back.
At the
So-
Barnyard in Carmel, upstairs, Ola's.
And then if you go any other night of the week, Monday through Friday, they have appetizers in the bar. So if you go and you want to have a cocktail after work, or they bring you this really. Do you remember they brought us
Yes,
this really nice tray of
fabulous.
appetizers, and it's like fresh and hot. It's
And
just
I love their soup.
yeah, they have great tortilla soup. Gary always adds chicken. That's a little trick you can tell them
Yeah,
at the
it's
restaurant.
terrific. Oh, okay. Have you got a commercial?
Dave's got a commercial. Thanks,
Let's
Dave.
run their spot right now so
Thank
you
you,
folks
Ola.
will see it for yourselves. Here it is.
That was a good idea. Thanks, Dave.
From traditional favorites to our specialty dishes,
The last hour
Ola
was
has the
this
flavor
hour's
you're looking
Ola.
for. Our
And then the
happy
next,
hour is the best in
video will
town, offering complimentary appetizers, margaritas, sangrias, and over 101 tequilas. You'll find a warm welcome and great food at Ola by the Sea. And don't forget, check us out at olacantina.com. Come on, check it out.
Okay, that's a great spot.
It is.
Ola's.
And I have a
3
gift certificate,
locations.
$25.
So at the end of tonight's show, we're going to tell you folks that sent us your names last week.
And this week.
And this week
Well,
too.
they
You're
can
gonna
submit.
You're gonna go on the computer right now and do
Yeah,
that.
I've got my computer on,
Oh,
so
well,
go ahead.
great.
Let's
Yeah, all right,
fill up
then.
the drawing.
Send us your name right now, and you'll be eligible for the drawing. No purchase is necessary.
KYMBTV.com.
Yep.
And I would also like to mention, if you don't have plans tomorrow, or even if you do, this is something definitely worth putting into your schedule tomorrow. Dixieland Monterey.
Yeah, we went over and saw that going on now at the Radisson.
It's actually
Portola.
Portola. We went Thursday night for their kickoff. They had live swing music, and from Friday through Sunday, with tomorrow, it's really neat because at the Portola they have these different rooms that are named, and they have different musicians and bands playing in all these different rooms. And so they give you a little badge or a pass, so you can go from room to room to listen to the music.
You know what's really interesting, folks, those of you that are here on the Monterey Peninsula watching the program tonight, you really don't know how lucky you are to have all of these events, because Jules and I are from the San Joaquin Valley, where we used to live in the Fresno area, and there is so much going on every single weekend here on the Monterey Peninsula. We have to tell folks over in the valley, Bakersfield, Fresno, Sacramento, with our Coastal Television Network, what they're really missing here every weekend.
Definitely.
There's always something happening.
This Dixieland Monterey is so much fun. It was actually founded in 1980. And they have musicians that travel all the way from Canada. I mean, from all over. And it's the hottest traditional jazz and swing band. So it's really fun, even though it's, not a type of music that's really common for my generation. I still love it. It's just really happy music. So.
Happy music, and they were dancing up a storm when we were there Friday night. Thursday night?
Thursday night was the kickoff.
Was it Thursday?
It was Thursday.
Gee.
Yesterday was Friday. We weren't there.
Yesterday was Friday. I guess it was Thursday. My goodness. Where does
It's
the
flying.
time flies by?
Okay, what's next on our song list, Gary?
Well, let's see. We had
Madonna's next. And
is it Madonna?
And Lucky Star.
Lucky Star.
And then Big Log by Robert Plant. And when I saw this on our playlist, Robert Plant, Big Log, I had no idea. But the sound is familiar. The song is familiar, and it's really pleasant. I think I have one of my new favorite songs that I've forgotten about.
You're watching classic music videos from our Cool TV library. Don't forget, probably in the next 30 days or so, we'll have our digital sub-channel on with 24-hour-a-day music videos from Cool TV. And Gems is going to move to our new station.
And we'll still have America One, which has Canadian football and a lot of the motocross sports on.
Television has never been the same since we came to the Monterey Peninsula.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching us. Here's Madonna, and this one's called Lucky Star.
This music is for dancing. Jazz Bash by the Bay, presented by Dixieland Monterey, is on the first weekend of March. March 5th, 6th, and 7th at Portola Hotel and Spa, the Conference Center, and Fisherman's Wharf. Enjoy top jazz headliners and amazing youth bands. It's a music marathon. Swing, classical jazz, zydeco, and blues. Jazz Bash by the Bay. Come on down to the waterfront in Monterey on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 5th, 6th, and 7th. For tickets, go online to DixielandMonterey.com.
Well, if you happen to just tune in, you're watching Monterey On Tonight. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules.
We're here every Saturday night from 8 to midnight.
And time flies.
It does, with classic music videos from the 80s. And you just saw a spot for Dixieland Jazz that's going on right now over at the Portola.
That's right. It's a
Fisherman's
lot of fun.
Wharf. Lots of fun tonight. And last night and the night before, and I think tomorrow night as well.
Absolutely. It's all day tomorrow, starting at about 9 a.m. You can go to Dixieland/Monterey and check out their schedule. But it is actually all day from about 9 a.m. till I think 3:30 or 4:30 tomorrow at the Portola. So you just show up at the Portola and they will get you your pass. You just purchase it, and then you can have access to all of the different rooms that are playing music. It's a lot of fun.
Lots of fun, and we're having fun right here at KYMB. Comcast Cable Channel 19.
A new way to spend a Saturday night, and we encourage all the viewers out there to think about having a KYMB watch party, Monterey on Tonight watch party. And what that means is, before next Saturday, you call all your friends and you say, hey, we're going to have Me and Ed's Pizza because they've got the most incredible deal right now, 3 toppings for $10, and I want you guys to all come over. And we're going to watch music videos and see these neat guests that we're having come onto the set.
Absolutely.
And so it's just a fun way to spend a Saturday night. We've committed our Saturday nights, and we really appreciate our viewers. As a matter of fact, thank you for emailing us through our website. I've been able to look at the feedback, and we're really happy that you're happy about what we're doing. We definitely have seen your requests, and I'm going to get to working on it.
And do us a favor, call a friend, tell a friend that...
Is that like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Call a friend?
Call a friend, tell a friend. Oh, and I also want to bring in this little Comcast box. If you're watching us on digital channel 19, and for some reason, thank you, Dave. Dave's going to get a nice tight shot of the little box from Comcast. You can just call Comcast, get 2 of these free, or tell your friends if they can't get digital channel 19 on their cable system. Comcast will mail those out to you, 2 per household, free, and just wire them in, unhook the cable from your TV, put it into the box into the TV set, and you'll get all the digital channels.
And if you have a hot cable cord maybe in one of your other rooms that you don't have a box and you want to be able to watch our show, email us at kymbtv.com and we'll tell you how to watch our station if you don't have that box handy. It's a little bit of a little tricky.
If it's a digital
TV,
TV,
it's got to be a digital. Absolutely.
Digital.
If you have a TV that's not digital and you've had it for some time, then definitely you'd want to email us. So
we actually end up on channel 124.4 in digital.
We don't want to confuse everybody, though. That's if you don't have that box and you have a digital TV, right?
Hey, you're right. And
okay.
You know what? Our next guest has arrived, so we're going to play a video and get ready for him.
Well, before we do, I wanted to be sure, and we can talk about the Oscars tomorrow night.
That's why our next guest is here.
Well,
right?
actually, Michael Adamson's here.
Oh, Michael's here.
Yeah, Michael Adamson just came in, and Gary Hamada's coming.
Then we'll talk to Michael, and
yeah,
and you and I can talk about the Oscars.
Yes. Can you believe it's here already?
Oh, you want to play Me and Ed's?
Well,
okay.
hold on. Well, we're not gonna. Right. Well, Ola's our sponsor actually for this hour.
We forgot to play the Me and Ed's commercial.
Oh, we did. We will. We definitely will. But I want to talk about the Oscars.
You want to talk about the Oscars right now?
Yes, that's on our schedule.
You're confusing me.
No, look. Here, honey. See?
Okay.
This is our script.
All right.
And this says we talk about the Oscars. So, what are your favorite movies from this year? And we actually haven't seen a lot of movies this year.
No, we haven't.
We haven't seen hardly any. I think I saw Avatar, right?
You did.
And did you know Avatar raked in most of the money made this year from the movies?
Well, you must have read that somewhere.
And you know, in order to generate more interest at the box office and increase the box office sales, the awards committee extended not only the awards ceremony 2 weeks later, but they doubled the amount of nominees for Best Picture. Did you know that?
Oh.
It was only 5 last year, and this year it's 10.
It's 10. Well, that was a good idea.
So anyway.
Give everyone a chance.
So hopefully we'll be able to get Joe Fletcher from the Monterey County Film Commission in here in our studio. If not, we'll catch him after. He's, I think, pretty busy preparing. They're having Oscar night. Well, they don't call it that anymore.
Yeah,
I got in trouble with the Oscar night. They call it the Big Night Gala at Spanish Bay tomorrow
night.
And that is such a fun event. We did that a couple of years ago where you actually join the Monterey County Film Commission, and they have a nice big screen and they have dinner, and this year they're having Barbara Eden as a special guest.
Wow,
so they really brought it up
event.
to the next level. So anyway,
well,
Dave has just informed us that we have not played a Me and Ed's commercial, and we'd like to do that for you right now.
Or we won't get paid.
No, it's okay. They were kind enough to bring us pizza tonight. It was just delicious. Their phone number is 831-899-0101, and they're located at Broadway in Fremont. They're there till 11 p.m.
And I noticed that we've actually ended up with a lot of food sponsors for this program.
I know.
We've got pizza. We've got Mexican food at Ola's in Carmel.
Ola. And then we've got Jose's Underground coming up the last hour, and Teeny Latitudes and Isabella's.
Yeah, in the final hour of tonight's show.
So anyway,
lots of food sponsors. So if you have a restaurant out there and you want to join the gang, let us know.
Hey, I'm going to ask Dave, our engineer, a question question real quick, because we are live TV. Dave, are we able to play the next video after the Me and Ed's, or would you like to come back to us? Okay, then let me go ahead and let everyone know what that will be. That will be Anxiety by Pat Benatar. And this song is one of the little-known songs by Pat Benatar, but if you watch the video, it's actually pretty fun because what do you think of when you think of anxiety besides bills and traffic, Gary?
Right. You're right. What do I think of anxiety?
Okay, well, maybe you don't think of it because you've got a great dentist, but some people think of dentists.
Oh, going to the dentist.
And so when you watch Pat Benatar's video, I thought it was a riot because she's got all this anxiety, and it's really funny to watch all of these people come out of the dentist's office. So anyway.
All right. Well, is that what the video's about?
That's what the video's about.
This one.
I don't either. It's one of her, you know, what she was most memorable for. Do you remember the song that Pat Benatar was most memorable for?
Oh, I can see the video, but I don't remember the name of it.
Love is a Battlefield.
That's the one.
And We Belong.
Yeah.
And Heartbreaker.
And she's still out on the road right now doing concerts.
And Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Do you remember
yes.
Hit Me With Your Best Shot?
Absolutely, from the 80s.
She was one of the top-selling female artists of all time, and MTV played her all the time. As a matter of fact, last week, if you were watching, we played MTV's first music video, which was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Bugles, and Pat Benatar's song, Heartbreaker, was the second song. Yep.
Last week.
Yep.
See, you're missing all the great music videos if you haven't been watching our show.
Anyway, so
and we've got more coming up tonight.
So here's a Me and Ed's commercial, and then we're going to go on to Pat Benatar with
Me and Ed's at Broadway in Fremont. You still have time till 11 o'clock tonight to order your pizza. $10 for 3 toppings for a large pizza. Go in and tell Akram that you saw the show, and he'll make sure you get extra topping.
Extra great service.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
and extra great service.
Enjoy the videos. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
And how would you rate the Me and Ed's pizza?
It's good. So, can I take the rest home with me?
Sorry, we need it for the test. Let's make that very good.
Pizza's made to a higher standard. Me and Ed's, 2 fun guys, 1 serious pizza.
A classic music video from 1986. That was Peter Gabriel of Sledgehammer fame. And we're doing the classic music videos here tonight, Michael.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
And we're having fun. And I hope our audience out there in TV land is enjoying our music videos from Cool TV. Thank you so much, Cool TV, for providing us with all these music videos. And we're going to have our own channel of music videos 24 hours a day on one of our KYMB sub-channels. Gentleman sitting to my right is Michael Adamson, and to his right is Gary Hamada. Gary was our guest last week. He's going to do a weekly portion on the Monterey on Tonight show and bring guests on. And Gary and Michael go back to the days of For Locals Only on radio, back at KRML. And you were on with Gary talking about the financial market, right?
Every Monday evening, trying to give a financial forecast.
Well, and, we all need that.
Yes, we certainly do. We need a lot of help in the economy right now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I love your accent.
Thank you.
I really do. Yes. So how many years have you been here in
Well,
Cornell?
I've been living in California for 35 years and about 32 years here in the Monterey Peninsula. Actually, I live in Monterey.
Monterey.
But I've been working in Carmel, Pacific Grove, Monterey, and so on.
And I know you from your days at Monterey County Bank.
That's right. I was working for Charles Kritzberg at Monterey County Bank for 12 years.
And you've retired from that role?
Well, I had retired from another bank before that. But I knew Charles and his wife well, and he offered me a particular job to open an office. Probably last a year, and I was there 12 years.
Oh, there you
go.
Then
I retired again.
So anyway, well, let's ask Gary how you guys got together.
It's an interesting story. Michael and as a senior vice president of Monterey County Bank at the time, and we had quite a few people calling in asking for a financial report. Well, Michael, being with the bank, I knew Michael personally, so we couldn't do anything that would be, well, I would say contradictory to what the banking laws were. But he would come on as an individual and give a financial forecast. Well, I had no idea that there were financial people that were actually watching the show.
Really?
one is a very good friend of mine in a very high office at a financial institution. He's in the ivory tower, you might say. And he garnered quite a bit of an audience. During that time, I would bring him on periodically. They insisted that he come on every week and with his financial forecast. Now, they were also, financial people, they tally up, well, was he right, was he wrong? He wasn't giving financial advice as far as what to invest. He was giving a financial forecast, just like you would give a weather forecast.
What's coming?
What's
what
coming down the road? And for
Yeah.
some reason or another, this guy hit 90%.
Oh, my goodness.
As far as I was told by the financial people.
So how did that happen, Michael?
Well, having been in banking for 30 years or so, and having also been associated with the real estate industry as far as the lending is concerned, it wasn't hard to see what was going to happen. And if you have incomes going up at a certain rate and you have property values going up at a much faster rate, the day of reckoning has to come. So
And
I
it
could,
sure did,
I
didn't
could
it?
see what was going to happen, and
Yeah.
it wasn't difficult to forecast.
So were you actually on the radio show with Gary when things started to go backwards, as I say?
Yes.
Michael actually predicted it a year and a half ahead of what it was actually going to happen.
Wow.
So if you were listening, you would probably moved your money around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was accused of being too pessimistic.
Too pessimistic. Well, we need some pessimistic people once in a while to tell
I think
people
I
what's
said,
going on.
I said I wasn't pessimistic. I was realistic.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
Yes,
Mi-
absolutely.
to be fair to Michael, I think I should introduce him the way I used to introduce him on the radio. As
Do that.
Retired now senior vice president of Monterey County Bank. Serves on numerous boards, including he's now the past chairperson for the Carmel Chamber of Commerce and the Pacific Grove Chamber of Commerce. He's currently the chairperson for the Monterey County Regional Parks District.
Monterey Peninsula.
Monterey Peninsula.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pardon me for that.
Yes.
And he is now the business development director for the city of Pacific Grove, California.
My goodness, where do you find the time to do all of these things?
Good question.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it gives me a good excuse to get away from home
I was
and get
going to
away
say,
from the washing up.
your wife must say, where are you off to today, Michael?
Yes. Well, it's good to keep busy.
Yes,
That's very
absolutely.
important,
Well,
yes.
they say what happens to retired folks.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
They don't live too long.
No, I know. I've seen too many friends of mine and the colleagues in the past who retired at 65 and didn't make it till 67.
He
know
also
exactly what you're
exhibited
saying.
a very beautiful classic car at the Concord and the Avenue in Carmel by the Sea.
I saw that
Beautiful.
segment. You
Beautiful red car.
interviewed him on the Coastal Television Network.
Well, this is a car that I always thought was kind of ugly. Except that when I saw Michael's car, it was not anything like a Citroen, right?
No. Well, it was a Citroen, yes.
Yeah, but that's a French vehicle.
French car. It's a Citroen, what they call a Deux Chevaux 2CV.
Yes.
It was a car that was designed in the late 30s. It was designed to carry a farmer and his wife and two pigs to market.
The two pigs in the back seat.
But now it just carries my wife to work every day in her antique
She's still
shop.
driving it every day?
She drives it every day to her antique shop in Carmel.
Well,
Yes.
what's the name of her antique shop? Let's
Sabine-
give her a plug.
Good. Sabine Adamson Antiques.
Sabine Adamson Antiques. And where's the shop located?
On Dolores, it's in the Suvecino Court, which is where Jack London restaurant
yes.
and bar
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
Down that
That's-
courtyard.
I know exactly where that
Yes.
spot is.
Yeah.
Right around the corner is Nick Williams Music. If you go right down,
That's
you make
correct.
a right turn, you make another right
That's
turn.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
on Lincoln. Yes.
Nick
yes.
was just on a little earlier tonight.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
missed him talking about Hearts for Haiti.
Oh.
That's
okay.
going to happen next Saturday night
Mhm.
at the Embassy Suites.
Michael
in case
does
you
a-
just tuned in.
Michael does a financial forecast, and what he did was he actually, as dedicated as he is, he did a financial forecast New Year's Eve, right in front of your businesses.
Yes, that could have been embarrassing.
It
because,
was embarrassing in a sense.
There were some gentlemen who were celebrating rather early that evening, and they
Uh-huh.
came out whilst Gary was interviewing me.
They kind of rolled out.
So let's talk about what's happening today, Michael. What do you see? Have we hit bottom, and are we starting to come back?
Good question. I think, yes, the answer is yes, with some qualifications. We're certainly seeing unemployment is holding steady at 9.7%, and we've got about 8 million people who are unemployed in this country. Actually, the figures would have been much better if it hadn't been for the weather. Where the construction has obviously been very, very hard hit, particularly on the East Coast in the last few weeks. And it's a time of the year when a lot of people, field workers, are not working, so you'd expect unemployment to be high at this time of the year. But it's not as high as it could have been, and that's why people are, or a lot of people on Wall Street are not so pessimistic, which is why the market went up this week.
Good.
10,556 it closed yesterday.
So we did hit about 10% unemployment. We went a little over 10%.
10%.
Did we ever hit 11?
No, but to be realistic, the true unemployment rate is more like 16%.
It is.
If you include all those people who were full-time workers, now part-time workers, and people who opted out of the system altogether,
Yes.
unfortunately, they got just too frustrated. But it's actually getting better. Things are improving somewhat.
Well, that's good news.
Yes,
that's good
exactly.
news for
Yes,
everyone.
yes. So I would expect that by the second, third quarter, things will be a lot better. Unfortunately, real estate's going to be in the doldrums for a long time to come.
That's going to take some time to come back.
Yeah,
Primarily because of the foreclosures?
The foreclosures, and one of the reasons for the increasing foreclosures is the new kinds of mortgages, adjustable mortgages, which are going to be recast, that change the payments in about a year's time, and some people, unfortunately, will see their monthly mortgage payments go up by more than 60%.
Well, that's yes.
So that's not good news.
That's not good news, not at all. And there's still some foreclosures going on today as we speak.
At an increasing rate, I'm afraid.
It is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I read that as well.
Yes.
So what kind of advice can we give our viewers that might be tuning in tonight on the financial side? What can you tell them?
Well, I'm not going to give any advice about investments because that is too emotional. The stock market is too emotional. My recommendation, of course, is to be, I've always been very conservative because of my age. I had to be conservative. And I invested in mutual funds. So you're spreading the risk.
Yes.
And then what happened about a year ago, I could see what was happening to the stock market. So I took my money out of mutual funds and put it into money market funds. So at least I wasn't making money, but I wasn't losing money.
Wasn't losing any, yeah. Good move.
Yeah. But I think things are more optimistic right now. So I think I'm going to change back and put it back into money market funds, or mutual funds, rather.
It's too bad you don't have a storefront where folks could call and say, Michael, what can I do? What should I do? Is there a way that you give any advice to folks who?
No, I'm very careful about that.
You're careful.
I'm very careful because, well, having been in banking, I had to be very careful because I'm not licensed, and I would get into big trouble if I was to. Now, at one time, I was licensed to sell mutual funds and so on, so annuities. So at that time, I did give advice. Hopefully I gave good advice. I'm not quite sure, but no one's beat me up yet anyway.
Well, it's been. I can tell. Gary's told me that. You've always given good advice on his radio program. Gary, is there any hope that for Locals Only we'll be back on the radio someday so you can have Michael on again as a regular guest?
There actually is a lot of hope. There's a rumor now, a very strong rumor that KRML, which is a rich history in on the Monterey Peninsula over 50 years, almost as long as the Monterey Jazz Festival, you can call it the granddaddy of radio stations here on the Monterey Peninsula.
Absolutely.
A lot of historical connections. Of course, Clint Eastwood's Play Misty for Me.
Yes.
The great Mr. Eastwood in the role of Dave Garver, the disc jockey.
Yep.
Raising the standards for all of us at KRML.
Driving Jaguars?
Driving Jaguars, living in a beautiful home on the Carmel Beach.
Yeah, he drives XK140. I remember that. And Play Misty.
Beautiful car.
Yes. Yes.
And to answer your question, I've been contacted. There might be a new owner, and if there is a new owner, then we may be back on the air on the radio station.
Good.
We'll look forward to that.
That's good.
And
yes.
Michael will be back with you, I would expect.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a demand
for this kind of information.
It's a financial forecast. It's like the weather forecast. He'll tell you what is going to happen in his viewpoint down the road. You can wear a raincoat and not wear a raincoat. That's up to you.
Well, and everyone's looking for good financial advice.
Yeah,
I know I am.
Yeah, and I'll take it tell it as it is.
You know what? I should have known you before we started the television station. Talk about starting a new business when the economy was going like that. But I think we're going to make it.
But that's a good time to start a new business.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say because we're lean and mean, as they say.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be able to build from here, and good things will happen.
But I'm very impressed with the studio here.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's our humble abode.
Well, it's much bigger than I thought it was. Yeah, can be. Yes, yes.
Well, listen, let's go to another music video, and then we'll come back again. Stick around for a few minutes. I think we've got Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty, and this is a music video that goes back to the 80s. It's called Stop Dragging My Heart Around. And here it is, right on the Monterey on Tonight show.
Welcome back to Monterey on Tonight, and this is Jules. Gary stepped off the set. He was eyeing that Me and Ed's pizza and wanted to get to it before it all disappeared, and I thought it would be nice. I had a few questions I wanted to ask Mr. Adamson, Michael Adamson, and we've got Gary Hamada here, who's graciously come on again and brought Michael with him. And what you just saw was Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty with Stop Dragging My Heart Around, and that was from 1985, and that was originally cut for Tom Petty's album, but because of the lyrics, they thought it would be better for Stevie Nicks' album because it was more from a female perspective. So it's a little interesting trivia. So how are you tonight?
I'm fine.
I've enjoyed listening to you and Gary and Gary and Michael. I'll talk. And you know, I was reading your bio on the internet about how involved you are with the parks.
The Park District, yes.
The Park District, and I thought I would, you know, maybe share with our viewers, you know, some of the activities that you participate in. And
yeah, this is the Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District.
Okay.
We've got the Regional Park District, we have the county parks, and then have state parks.
Okay.
So this is the Monterey Peninsula Regional Park District. And we own and control and manage a large number of parks. The biggest, best known park is Garland Ranch,
okay,
where I like to go walking there on the weekends. And then there's a big one, very big park, Palo Corona, which is not really open to the public yet. Only by permit only.
Okay.
But we have a lot of parks, and we have a new thing now, which is very, very popular, which is encouraging young people to get into the parks.
Okay.
And it hasn't happened before because there are so many young people living here in this area. There are young kids in Salinas who've never seen a cow or never seen the ocean.
Right.
So we have all kinds of excursions and tours and events to encourage young people and older people too to get out and go to the parks. And,
now, is the Veterans Park a part of your?
No, that's a city-owned park.
That's a city-owned
Monterey
park.
City, yes.
Monterey City-owned.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so there's a differentiation. Is there any of the parks that you're involved in that are for camping, or are they just day use?
They're just day use.
Okay.
Yes.
And
yes.
all but it sounds like the one you need an actual permit.
That's Palo Corona. You need to call and get a permit. And the reason for that is because we haven't finished all the trails.
Okay.
This is many hundreds of thousands of acres.
Wow.
And it's going to be a huge park.
Okay.
And you see this as you drive down Highway 1, leaving Carmel behind you. On your left-hand side up the hills, that's Palo Corona.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And once the trails are finished, that will take another year or two. Yeah.
So it's really nice right now to get a permit because there's such low
no
use
crowds.
of it.
Exactly,
no crowds.
yes.
So this is the time to do it.
As long as you like walking a lot uphill.
There's actually a lot of people that are involved with the long-term running with the marathons, and why not the walking of the trails?
Yes, yes.
You know, one of the things I noticed when we first moved here several years ago was how much nature there is, and if you actually take the time to walk the trails, the hummingbirds and the butterflies and the frogs and the birds are also different from where we're from in the San Joaquin Valley, and it just slows time down, it lowers your blood pressure. It's definitely worth the effort.
Very healthy, yes.
Definitely
it really
worth
is,
it.
yes.
So now, in addition to your activities with the Parks District, you're also very active in the Pacific Grove Business Development.
Yes, I have a title Business Development Coordinator, and what I'm trying to do is to fill the empty spaces in downtown Pacific Grove, because every community has been depressed in the last few years, but PG has quite a number of empty stores. Now we've been able to fill some of them anyway. And I'm working on a couple of major projects.
Okay.
Because you need to have anchor stores.
Sure.
You can fill lots of little spaces, doesn't really help the economy, but if you have a couple of anchor stores, that brings people into the downtown, and that's what I'm working on right now.
Now, what is the truth, and I've heard this comment about Pacific Grove, it's sort of like a cul-de-sac in that where it's at, it's really good to give people a reason to go into that area if they're coming out of Carmel or they're coming from
Yes.
the San Joaquin Valley, because there's so many stops along the way that we need to give people a reason.
It's literally the end of the road.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who go to Pacific Grove don't know they're in Pacific Grove. They think they're still in Monterey, which is sad, because Pacific Grove is a beautiful little city. It's a city with little crime. It's a bit damp sometimes. I used to live there at one time,
Did
but
you?
it was a little bit too damp for me.
Uh-huh.
But you've got the fine Victorians, you've got a lovely coastline, and the wreck trail, and there's some old Victorians to see. There's the lighthouse, which is a wonderful place to go
I
and
love
see.
that lighthouse, to walk it. You
Yes.
know, up and down with the
Yes.
shops. And,
Yeah.
and I remember when we took Doug Lumsden's movie tour, you know,
Yes.
Turner and Hooch was filmed
Yes.
right there
Yeah.
in Pacific Grove. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if, I'm actually probably pretty sure Gary Hamada has mentioned that his show, For Locals Only, is airing on the Coastal Television Network, which is another project of ours here at Monterey Bay.
Yes.
And we are in 6 markets, and what we're wanting to accomplish with that is to promote tours into the area. So we're happy to participate in letting the viewers of the Coastal TV Network, in addition to our local viewers here in Monterey, know about what's going on in Pacific Grove.
That's very interesting, because one of the projects I'm working on right now is to encourage bus tours,
Okay.
overnight bus tours into Pacific Grove. And I've been successful in negotiating with one company in Sacramento, a big bus tour company.
Oh, great.
And they're going to be bringing bus tours down this coming September.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I really like the movie theater there, too.
Yes.
The movie theater,
Yes.
it's so darling.
Yes.
It's all new.
Yes.
And Gary Hamada and I and Gary C. I call Gary Gary C. So we got 2 Garys here. We were there for Allison Eastwood's directorial debut of Rails and
Yes.
Ties. So that
Yes.
was the first experience we had with
Yes.
the theater.
And they were actually opening the theater that night.
That's it. It
that
was a
also.
premiere.
It was, yeah. So Allison Eastwood, and actually Clint Eastwood, her dad, was there to I guess you might say, to honor the opening of it.
Yeah, that was really nice. And then we went right across the street, just walked right across the street, and had some nice refreshments. So it's a darling town. And one of the things that's very special about Monterey Peninsula is that sometimes people tend to stay within their town, but there's, within just minutes, you feel like you've left and you've went to another
Yes.
another place,
Yes.
because every part about the Monterey Peninsula, Santa Cruz, Pacific Grove, Carmel, Monterey, Seaside, they all have personalities of their own
Yes.
and character, you know,
Yes.
of their own.
Yes.
Michael, I want to ask you a question now as a business development coordinator for Pacific Grove, California.
Yes. Downtown Pacific Grove,
Okay,
California.
Yeah. You have the title of Hometown USA or Butterfly Town USA. Which one is it? Or is it both?
I hate to say it, but it's really neither, because a lot of us are getting rather tired of this, the last hometown.
Yeah.
And so some people trying to come up with a new title, a new theme for Pacific Grove, in order to separate, distinguish it from the other cities on the peninsula.
Well, I always like the butterfly thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you've got the parade, right? The butterfly
The problem
parade.
is finding the butterflies nowadays.
Well, didn't they trim the trees and they all went
Well,
away?
it's not just Pacific Grove,
Okay.
but everywhere in this country where the butterflies pass through. They're not there this year. There are very, very few.
You think it's the weather patterns changing,
I
possibly?
don't think anyone knows exactly why, but probably weather, yes.
Weather patterns changing.
So the numbers of butterflies are way, way down, unfortunately, this year.
Can you tell our viewers some of the new businesses that have gone into Pacific Grove that they can maybe go and visit if they haven't been there in some time, or some of the businesses that are inviting new customers?
Yes, we have 2 or 3 new very fine art galleries. One is Trotter Gallery, which is in Carmel, but they've opened a branch in Pacific Grove.
Okay.
And that really that's high-end art, high-end fine art.
Okay.
Very fine store. There's a new store which is opening up on Forest Avenue. They moved from Carmel. They sell dolls.
Oh, okay.
$25,000 dolls.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
But they are very successful, and so they're opening a very large new store on Forest Avenue.
Are they all
in Pacific Grove.
25,000?
No, I saw one on the internet for 7,000.
Oh.
That was a cheapo, I guess. But no, they sell beautiful imported old German historic dolls, and all the dresses and the little umbrellas for heaven knows thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to let us know as new businesses are coming in, and we'll
Yes.
be sure to let our viewers know so
Yes.
they can make some trips out there and go
Good.
ahead and support the business
I
of
appreciate
Pacific
that. We need the
Grove.
help. Yes.
Oh, we will. We're happy
Yes.
to do that.
Good.
So thank you, and
Good.
we'll be back with Gary Hamada in a few minutes and talk about what's coming on at midnight on the Coastal Television Network. And we want to thank our viewers for watching. You can visit our website at kymbtv.com, submit your request for music, let us know how you're enjoying the show, and also you'll be submitted for our drawing tonight, $25 gift certificate to Ola Mexican Restaurant. And thank you, and coming up next is a music video from U2. It's called Bloody Sunday. I think it, not too flattering of a title, but it was basically about U2's experience in Ireland. So it'll be interesting to see. Thanks again for watching. We'll go ahead and go to that video now.
And we're back with Gary Hamada and Gary and Jules. We were all going to do that. Let's all do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
we were
okay.
all going to
We were
come
all
up,
watching
but
the
we were
video like that.
Hey, thanks for bringing Michael Adamson in here with us.
He's a sharp guy, you know.
Boy,
and
isn't he?
Michael's wife, Sabine, gives him a bad time because she says, "Michael, if you know all this financial forecast, why aren't we rich?"
Well, I think it's elements beyond all of our control.
Yeah,
huh?
and you have to apply it. You know, you got to have the capital first to be able to move it from A to B and that type of thing. And but 90% isn't too bad a record for predicting the financial forecast.
Well, if you just tuned in, it's Monterey on Tonight. We're here every Saturday night from 8 to midnight, live from the studios of KYMB right here in Monterey, California, Comcast Cable Channel 19. The young lady sitting next to me is Jules. It's Gary and Jules.
Yeah.
And
Gary.
And another Gary.
So what happens is when we're all in the same room together, I say Gary C and Gary H, just so I can let
you have to differentiate
As I say
what
Gary, nobody
Gary
knows
we're
what I'm
talking
talking about.
And I understand when I was down there messing with the DVD player, Dave cut to the set.
Well, we were supposed to come back before that song, and we busted you in the middle of getting
the DVD going.
So anyway,
that's
live TV.
Well, it's live TV, folks. We're having fun.
That's why it's fun.
We want to hear from. We want to hear from our audience. You can go to our website, www.kymbtv.com, and if you go to the website right now, you can enter our little enter to win tonight. We've got a $25 gift certificate.
To Ola.
To Ola in Carmel, one of our new sponsors, tonight's sponsor of Monterey on Tonight, along with Me and Ed's and the Sports Center in downtown Monterey, and Isabella's and Latitudes. Teeny Shake comes through again.
Yep. And we want to thank our long-term viewers. Prior to us even going on cable, we have Michael out of Santa Cruz, who's been
Michael
kind
in
enough.
Santa
I
Cruz.
just sent him an email back, and he's
and
always
Mr. Toy.
He's
out there.
No, but really, Michael's always been great about giving us great feedback and letting us know how we're doing.
And we're working on all those things you told us about, Michael.
Well, not just Michael. Michael's actually been real supportive.
He has.
Yeah, it's always constructive.
Well, this is new TV. We're a brand new station.
And we're family owned and operated.
Yeah, locally owned and operated. Most of the television stations, in fact, I think all of them, Gary, here on the Monterey Peninsula, are owned by the big corporations.
Big
And this is Mom and Pop TV.
Mom and Pop TV.
This is just Gary and Jules.
Speaking
Channel 19.
Reminds me of old television, way back when,
That's right. Yeah. Really back.
Well, I'm old enough to.
Back in the old days, television stations were owned by individuals.
That's right.
Before the big corporations took over.
That's right.
So one of the things that we tell all of our friends who advertise with us, Gary, is that when they buy advertising on our station, the dollars stay right here in the Monterey market, because the big corporations have to ship the money back to New York or wherever the big corporations are headquartered.
And something nice about this television station is that not only is it family and locally owned, but it's also your Monterey Bay.
Your
KYMB.
Your Monterey Bay.
Easy to remember.
Yeah. So if you're out there watching tonight, we'd love to hear from you. Go to our website, send us an email. And Juliana's on Facebook, too. You guys know about Facebook, right? We can get comments to your Facebook site, and you can talk back to the. The internet is such a wonderful tool.
It really is. And it's great for business.
Really is.
It's
and Gary is our weekly interviewee or interviewer of some guests that you're going to bring on. From time like you did Michael tonight, and I know you're full of connections to the Monterey Peninsula because you've been doing this for many, many years, long before we ever got here. And you're so well connected, Gary. I just want a little of that to rub off on me.
Rub it the other way too.
Okay.
Equal.
Rub it this way too. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing because what's neat about this place, the studios, is Michael came in. He says, "I'm really impressed." He says, "I had no idea."
Well, they're a little humble
he had no
abode
idea.
here.
Yeah, and Michael has been on television before. And you talk about someone that is well-connected in the financial community. Michael Adamson is very well-respected. And then just before, we were a little late getting on the segment because my old buddy Rob Carble walked in.
Yes, and Rob's going to be on later tonight.
Yeah, and when he comes on here, there will be no room on the screen for anyone else but Rob Carble.
Yes.
He definitely fills the screen.
He works out intensely, as I understand.
Yeah, he did, and he's done some security work for me way back, and he's been security for a lot of people.
He does look like one of those people that would follow the stars around, kind of like their bodyguards.
Well, he has been.
Yeah,
Reggie. Look at Reggie.
Reggie Jackson's for many years, and
we're going to find all that out when he comes on the set.
Yeah.
And then next week you're bringing Val Ramsey, I understand.
Val Ramsey will be on, and if you've enjoyed the book Gracefully,
I have it, and enjoyed
McGraw-Hill, and she was on the Today Show for 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
2 things you would have known about that if you listened to our show for locals only that was aired on KRML, and also Valerie Ramsey's career. We were in the infancy stage of it all the way up until she sort of made it big. And there's a lot of things that have developed in her life in the last 3 or 4 years. She'll be on to tell us about it. There's been a little bit of a hiatus because she had to take a break. She was on a very heavy traveling schedule. And you won't believe, I won't tell her age, she can tell it. Everybody knows.
Never guess it.
She's a grandmother of 8
she's
now.
She's a super gal.
Yeah. And a mother of 6, and she does it all.
Well, she's going to be here. And then didn't you also mention that we need to get in touch with Wendy Brody?
Oh, absolutely.
Because Wendy is on our Coastal Television Network.
Well, we met Wendy through Val Ramsey.
We did. And Wendy's doing a cooking segment
on food
on our Coastal Television Network, if you happen to see that.
And she even put in last fall turkey recipe. It was in the Herald. So Wendy's actually
for Thanksgiving dinner.
Excellent.
She's an excellent, yes, she is
anyway,
teacher and chef.
We have Gary graciously providing his video version now of 4 Locals Only, and that we air on the Coastal Television Network, which is a network that we send out of Monterey to promote tourism here, and we send it to Sacramento, Fresno, Bakersfield, Santa Maria, San Jose, and San Francisco. Did I mention them all?
Yep, 6 markets.
And we've got 3 other markets that are knocking on our door right now, which is great. So we're really hoping to support local businesses, not only within our local community, but also through the Coastal Television Network, which we do send outside. And just so the viewers can get a sample of what we're doing, we will be at midnight switching here in the studio. We'll flip the switch so that you can watch. It'll be on for about 5 hours.
Coastal TV.
Coastal TV Network. And the first show that we line up at midnight is Gary Hamada's For Locals Only. And what are the guests that are going to be on tonight?
Well, it's a little special program because it's dear to my heart because this man transformed me from we were going to Wild Things, the Vision Quest Ranch, Charlie Samet's place. Right? So I was dressed, for the safari, and we went to his store in North Ridge Shopping Mall, Andrew's Formal, and he fixed me all up for a formal event that I was going to Sunday night, which was the Monterey County AIDS Project event at Pebble Beach. So I had to look, pretty darn good. And he transformed me, much like Pygmalion, or as people would know, My Fair Lady. Well, My Fair Lady, I guess I would be in that particular case. And he transformed me from this ragamuffin-looking guy to something.
I saw the picture in the Carmel magazine. You look sharp.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to brag, but Kelly Woodall, who is a photographer for Carmel magazine, said you would win the first prize tonight.
There you go.
For the best. But I can't.
Best dressed.
That was all because of Andrew. And he also wanted me to wear a hat. So you'll see me on tonight's show wearing a hat. Some people like it. It was not, you have to have an attitude to wear it, and I didn't have the attitude to wear it. So.
Well, stay tuned tonight at midnight, right after our show here for Gary Hamada and For Locals Only on TV. Your backstage pass to
the Central Coast.
Central Coast.
And then,
that's
and
his
then
line. Yeah, I like that.
I do too. And then in the morning, we will return to the MGM This TV network programming.
Yep.
So, anyway, well, thank you, Gary, for bringing Michael over, and thank you for you staying a little longer. So
absolutely.
And we'll look forward to
your
thank you
visits.
again for providing just a wonderful program. Monterey on Tonight every Saturday.
We're having fun, and that's the whole mantra here. We need to have fun. It's like Cyndi Lauper, right? They said
Everybody-
girls just want to have
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Well, we just want to have fun.
Or Wang Chung.
Or Wing
Everyone
Chun.
have fun.
Everyone have fun.
There's
tonight.
a lot of songs.
Yeah, all of our classic videos fit right in.
And,
anyway, what's next?
Well, what's next is Gary Hamada's favorite line, "Catch you later."
Catch you
We'll
later.
I will catch you later.
I'll catch you later.
And-
Theme song to his Four Locals Only, which, by the way, when you see that at midnight, stick around. The vocalist in that theme song
Of the Open
just happens to be Gary Hamada's sister, Cynthia,
Yes.
and she has a beautiful voice and did just a dynamite
is.
job on that vocal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
much like Storm Nielsen, she was going to be signed to Columbia Records at age 12, and my mother didn't really want her to get into the business.
Oh, wow. Well, see,
Yeah.
now that's something
Well,
we
but
found
see,
out about.
you have her at your right hand with the
she
show.
is. She's a good producer for you.
Yeah.
So,
Great. Okay. Well, on with the music. You're watching KYMB. This is Monterey on Tonight. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules.
And that's
And I'm
Gary
Gary.
Hamada.
I'm Gary
And-
H.
Gary H.
Gary C,
Gary C.
Gary
Gary H. And we're back to the music videos. And the next one is.
This is the best-selling single from the 1980s. This is the Safety Dance, and and I'll tell you.
No. We did.
Oh, well
Let's
then we played the Safety
Yeah,
Dance.
we played 3 in a row.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't back. We didn't
That
back
is
announce them.
Dave, our engineer, who
Dave keeps us,
on
yes.
track
Thank you,
because
Dave,
we
for
are
that.
live TV. We don't stop and edit at all.
No,
So
we just keep going.
okay, this is one of my favorites. "Take on Me" by Aha. They're a Norwegian band, and the original was recorded in 1984.
And it's really a neat video if you pay attention to what they did with the effects on this video.
Okay, enjoy it. Have some fun.
Yep.
From traditional favorites to our specialty dishes, Ola has the flavor you're looking for. Our happy hour is the best in town, offering complimentary appetizers, margaritas, sangrias, and over 101 tequilas. You'll find a warm welcome and great food at Ola by the Sea. And don't forget, check us out at olacantina.com. Come on, check it out.
Okay, we are back. It's Monterey on Tonight. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules.
We're here every Saturday night from 8 to midnight. We have guests. We have pizza. We have
music.
We have music. We have
a free giveaway.
yes. and
Drawing coming up pretty soon.
Actually, if you happen to have a computer handy, go to our website www.kymbtv.com and enter to win our $25 gift certificate tonight to Ola's in Carmel. And we will draw your name out, whoever happens to send us an email tonight, and you'll get the $25 gift certificate.
We'll let Rob draw it. How about that?
Rob is our next guest.
We'll
Rob
let
Carbo's
Rob
in the
pull
studio,
the winner.
And he's going to be talking to us about what's going on the Monterey Peninsula.
Rob is a very well known in our community,
Yes,
Monterey.
he is. Absolutely.
I have not met anyone yet that doesn't know Rob Carbo. Seriously.
He is very well known.
Well liked.
Well
He's
known
just
and
very,
well liked.
and very supportive of the community, and he's got some interesting stories too.
He does, and so he's our next guest. But you and I were going to talk about what's happening tomorrow night. It's, as everyone knows, Oscar night, starting at 5 o'clock on ABC.
Is that when the red carpet happens?
Actually, the red carpet, I think, starts about 2 or 3 hours before that.
Wow.
But the actual event starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. And I went to the internet and I printed out
You sure did.
some of the, they've gone from 5 nominated films now to 10. This is the first year. And of course, the odds-on favorite to win tomorrow night is Avatar. But there's also The Blind Side that was nominated, District 9. And I went to the trailers tonight before we started the show to kind of familiarize myself with the films that we haven't seen. And District 9, that's a great sci-fi type film. That's kind of.
I think that's Dave's pick.
Is Dave's
yeah,
pick?
but I had you said you liked it.
Well, Dave liked it, but
liked it.
I don't think it's going to win.
Well, as far as it winning is one thing, but I'm just talking about. You said
I
it looked like a good film.
I
but
think that
Amber saw it and she thought it was pretty violent.
Yeah, well,
I stay away from the
if they're nominated,
Give me Julie and Julia.
Well, no, but if they're nominated, they have a good chance
of winning. They
but
do.
you know, there are always the odds-on favorites, and I'm sure that everyone that's been to the movies and have seen Avatar know that is probably going to win. But they are talking about The Hurt Locker as a backup. And what I found interesting about those films was that the director of The Hurt Locker is James Cameron's ex-wife.
No kidding.
Yep. Small world, isn't it?
What's her name?
Don't know that.
That's not
wait a minute.
Linda?
Catherine Bigelow. It's right there.
Oh, wow.
Ex-wife Catherine Bigelow. She was the director of The Hurt Locker.
I'm sorry to say this, but out of all these movies, I only recognize maybe two. Julie and Julia and Avatar.
The Blind Side, of
and
course.
Precious.
The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. And Education, I had to go take a look at that one. And Education has someone nominated, let's see, in Education. Carey Mulligan is nominated for Best Actress in An Education. And Inglourious Bastards is also a Best Picture nominated film. And, of course, that's Quentin Tarantino's.
Which, you say that name, you know violent.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, Precious.
I think I'm totally into the chick flicks.
Well,
I'm a sucker for a chick flick.
You know what? Hey, listen, to each his own.
Yep.
But, you know, there's, and of course, Precious is nominated. A Serious Man, interesting.
Is Up nominated?
Up is nominated as one of the best 10.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah, and Up in the Air is also nominated.
I have a question for you.
Yes, a question.
This is a trivia. Who won last year? Do you remember?
Who won last year?
No, don't look at your
No, it's, I don't have it.
I
don't have it written down.
Okay.
I really don't. You mean who won Best Picture last year?
Does anybody in the studio know?
Does anybody know who
Remember?
won last year? Remember last year?
Yep, Dave got it.
Dave got it. Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah, good for you, Dave. I was drawing a total blank. 12 months is a long time.
I can't believe it just...
Anyway, when we come back, we'll talk about who's nominated for Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. And I have a favorite for Best Actor.
Who?
Do you want me to tell him now?
Sure.
Jeff Bridges for Crazy Heart. I think, you know, they wanted to do the story about Merle Haggard's life.
Who you happen to know the fellow that inspired Merle Haggard's career, right?
I do, yeah, Chester Smith.
Chester Smith.
From the San Joaquin, from Modesto, California. Chester inspired Merle Haggard to be a country western singer down in Bakersfield, California, back in the late 50s, early 60s. And they wanted to do Merle's life, but Merle wouldn't give up the information. So the folks that put the story together for Crazy Heart kind of took a little bit of a you know a
you
delve
haven't seen
into.
It, though, have
no,
you?
I have not seen the film. Would like to see it. In fact, I know we're going to have to see it because I'm sure Jeff's going to win.
Why don't you take some of your buddies with you?
Okay.
That'd be a good, that'll be a good guy movie.
You don't want to see a...
Nah, I'd rather see a chick flick.
Chick flick, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about the chick flicks then when we come back. But Crazy Hearts, you know, it's got to be... Country western music is great. You know, Merle Haggard's one of my favorites.
I liked Avatar, and you won't go see that with me.
I'm waiting for Avatar to come out on 3D DVD.
Does
so
that
I
exist?
can watch it on my Blu-ray.
You know, one of the things about Avatar I was really, really surprised is the music was very similar. It had that same feel as the Titanic.
Yes, it did.
And he wanted to make Avatar way long before now, but there wasn't the technology, you know, similar to the Star Wars story. Before the new Star Wars movies, there wasn't the technology to support some of the creative concepts.
It took him all this time, and
Absolutely.
he finally got it made.
So we want to thank our viewers for watching. You can talk to us at kymbtv.com, or if you happen to know our Facebook, you can chat with us there. We want to thank Joy for watching. She just sent us a Facebook message.
Hi, Joy.
She's offered to come on as a guest. We'd love to have her. She's in Carmel. And
so what's on the music list?
I will
Classic
tell you.
music videos from Cool TV.
This is
Boys Don't Cry?
This is by The Cure. The Cure had a really nice set of songs that came out. This one I'm not too familiar with, but it was released in June of 1979.
Wow,
so
way back then.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know, the music video started in about 78, 79. That's when the record companies first started making music videos. The very first music video that I ever saw was on the Midnight Special.
I remember the Midnight Special.
On NBC with Wolfman Jack.
Oh, what a nice. Dave, do you
Yeah.
remember Midnight Special?
Yeah, he wasn't born then.
Do you, Catherine?
Does anybody remember the Midnight
Rob
Special?
knows. Rob remembers.
Yeah, well, you show your
And
age.
you know what? I never forgot Olivia Newton-John singing "Honestly."
Oh,
Midnight
yes.
Special. That was
Absolutely.
a childhood. I never forgot that. That was
Yeah,
great. So.
Back in the 70s again.
Thanks to Cool Music, they're our new KYMB affiliate, and we're looking forward to.
We're their affiliate.
Yeah.
We're their
You know
affiliate.
it. Yeah, we're their affiliate.
Yeah. And
So.
we're going to have music videos 24 hours a day on one of the KYMB subchannels very soon. So watch for that. And okay, so let's roll it. I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight.
Cutting Crew, what a great song.
You know what Rob said? That's Rob Carbo sitting on your right there.
Hi, Rob.
Hello.
Rob said, I haven't heard that song in many years, right, Rob?
Yes, that's
well, it was
true.
1986.
1986.
Wow.
What were you doing in 1986, Rob?
1986, I was living in New Jersey at the time.
New Jersey?
Yes, yes. I
Wow.
was still an East Coast person.
Yeah, before you moved out here to the Monterey Peninsula.
Yeah, came here in 94.
94, so you've been here a few years.
Yes, yes.
You beat us.
See?
We're only about 4 years now, I guess, right, Jules? Almost 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 5
It took
years.
us about that long to put the station together.
It did. I was telling Rob earlier, we started working on this project about 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and it took us almost that long to
So not easy.
get KYMB carried on Comcast cable. But here we are. It's 11 o'clock, and if you're just tuning through the channels and you came upon What Is This? We saw the video, and here we are sitting here live from the studios of KYMB. This is Monterey On Tonight. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules.
And that's Rob.
This is
and
Rob.
We're live TV, folks. And we're here to have fun. You've heard of the Cyndi Lauper song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Well, it's Gary and Jules, and Rob just want to have fun. That's why we're here on live TV. And tonight, again, we want to thank our sponsors. The first hour was brought to you by Me and Ed's Pizza at Broadway in Fremont. Thank you, Akram. And you saw the pizza if you were here at 8 o'clock watching. Great pizza tonight, Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Yep.
Great pizza.
And
And
you
I
know-
had two, when you were talking to
Oh.
Michael, I went off and had my
I
pizza.
thought so.
Yeah,
I thought
it was
so.
great.
The interesting thing about Me and Ed's is they are new to the area, maybe new to our viewers, the brand name, but they are a very well established business in the San Joaquin Valley, and they're here now. And we definitely want to invite our viewers to experience their pizza. It's just
And
dynamite.
if you tuned in right now and you're hungry, they're getting ready to close. But I'll bet if you call 899-0101 right now, you can get that $10 pizza, large pizza, 3 toppings. If you call and ask for Akram and say, I just heard about the pizza.
Okay, I have some better news.
Better news.
If they're closed, you can go on Wednesday because Wednesday they have Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
And what's great is when you walk in to the right of the register, there's a board that has all their specials. Well, one special for each day of the week, but on Wednesday you can pick any special you want.
So thank you, Akram.
It's fun.
Me and Ed's.
Yep.
And
we also want to
we wanna
thank
thank
Ola for
Olas in Carmel. They're our first-time sponsor tonight. And,
Bernadette over there has.
Hi, Bernadette. She was going to put the big screen TV on. Hi, Bernadette.
Tuesdays they have half off the menu of food.
Right.
So if you want to go in and have a margarita and then order something off the menu items for food are half off between 3 and 9 p.m.
And
then also they have throughout the week, you can go any day and they have a nice appetizer special, so that they'll give you a nice tray and give you a variety. So it's
folks,
in Carmel. It's worth the drive if you don't live in Carmel.
Right.
Definitely make the trip out to the barnyard and see them. So.
Folks, support our sponsors. Without them, we couldn't be here tonight bringing you all these music videos.
And then also for late night entertainment, tonight it's 11 o'clock right now, about
Yep.
5 after.
Yep.
If you're looking for something to do, Jose's Underground has music until 2 a.m. Have you been to Jose's? Brave
Down
Street.
Cannery Row, Brave Street.
Gregario and Ozzy run the business there, and they have music till 2 a.m. It is $5 and a ID.
$5 and an ID to get in.
To get in. And what's interesting is...
How old do you have to be?
Ooh, you have to be over... No, you know why I looked stunned? I'll tell you why. Is because next weekend they're actually doing... Here it is. They're doing something really neat. Next weekend, what they're doing
is if you have minors from 5 to 10 p.m. and $10 next Saturday, they're going to let minors in to listen to music.
So no liquor served.
No liquor and no, right. And
Just
at 10
soft
p.m.
drinks.
they clear out all the minors. But if you're looking for something to do, the only thing is I asked them what kind of music it is, and it's a little bit of a heavy rock music.
Heavy rock.
So you got to make sure
that's-
that your teenagers like that and that you're
Young,
with them.
the young folks like that music.
Some of them
Rob
do.
and I were talking when the video was on about how much music has changed
Music has definitely changed. So
since the 80s in our classic videos.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk to Rob.
Rob,
Welcome, Rob.
thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And we know we see you around town all over the place. You're so community oriented, and you have such an interesting history. You had mentioned before you were in Monterey. You were from
Originally from New York, and then
York?
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm a California person, Monterey person.
And he's so modest that he's not bragging, but he actually is quite disciplined in the art of powerlifting.
Yes.
Yep. You can tell. Look at that.
Two-time world champion.
Yep.
Won again in 2009.
Where were you when my daughter was 13, 14?
Powerlifting?
Powerlifting. Because I know I heard you do bodyguard work.
Yes. Yes.
Did you do that? Did you do security work?
Yeah, I was Reggie Jackson's bodyguard for a while.
Oh, wow.
I'm even going and getting flown to New York for a professional boxing match
As
first
a
weekend in
bodyguard,
April.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you are going back?
Yes.
Oh, good for you.
He's
Just for
gonna-
a weekend, but it's a
good.
So who
championship
are you
fight.
going to be guarding on that trip? One of the boxers or
Ben
the...
Davis is one of the boxers, and then Ray Rossman is a trainer, and I'm going
And you
there.
know what's interesting is I never would have thought a boxer would need a bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
just to
I guess-
walk them out.
Right,
Yeah,
sure.
people jump
Keep
out
people
from
off
the.
them. Yeah.
They just jump out
Because
from
their
the.
guard would be down probably because they're, Wow.
Have you ever thought about working for the Pope? He sure needed somebody.
I don't know if he would want me to work for him.
So in Monterey, you do offer the service of personal training?
Personal training, yes.
And which facility do you offer that training?
Now I'm at Fit Athletics, which is
Okay.
the old Halloween store by Costco.
Sure, I've been at Fit Athletics.
Yes.
And it's behind Costco.
Yeah,
do
it's
you
like
remember
right
where
across
that's
the street. Huh?
Yeah, that's.
What's the name of that street?
Tioga and California Avenue.
Tioga and
that,
California.
Right at that intersection.
The old Factory Cafe used to be in that area, right?
No, that's further
If
down
you-
the street.
Yeah, it's further down.
Oh,
If you
okay.
follow, I believe, California all the way.
All the way.
Okay,
you
so
would
it
come.
wasn't right near there.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
That's
it's
probably
closer to. You could actually walk from the Costco tire shop
Exactly.
across the street to. That
Now,
fitness
does
center.
Fit Athletics have a per time or is it a monthly membership? Do you know?
Just month to month.
Month to month.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
so oh, that's great.
Which is good. And
Yeah.
A lot of the gyms now you have to commit for a few years.
Yeah.
Here it's-
Right.
If you go 2 months, quit for a month, and come back. you're
So
not
if we go
obligated.
into Fit, we're going to find you there.
You will find me there. Yes.
Are you there every day?
Pretty much 7 days a week.
7. Oh wow.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
So for personal training, if it's somebody like me, I've never had a personal trainer, and what are some of the benefits of somebody like me considering a personal trainer versus, is it the accountability issue that you're reporting into
I
somebody?
find more, it varies. Some people want to just learn,
Okay.
get with a personal trainer for a while, but it seems more it's accountability.
Yeah.
So that you have like a coach
A lot
to
of my
say
clients,
keep going.
Yeah.
yes, a lot of my clients know what they're doing, but they say if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here today.
So if a client is like missing a couple, do you call them and say, okay,
Where are you?
Where are
Yes,
you?
yes, I'll get them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that anyone would be telling Rob no.
Rob will call him on the phone.
You're probably
Where
a
are
great-
you? I overslept.
Well, I do get that, and that's
Yeah.
unfortunately I have my clients prepay this way. If
Right.
they miss, it's on them.
Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Rob still gets paid.
I still get paid.
Oh, yeah, well,
You
that's the
know,
way it should be.
One of the things about working out is that I find is that there's got to be benefits to having a plan or a program because we get really excited and we go all for it, but then we burn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to actually have a personal trainer that can kind of help you pace through a program to where it becomes a habit that you don't lose.
You know the busiest time of year at gyms?
Yep,
When?
right after January.
Right after New Year's. Everybody's got a New Year's resolution.
That's why you see all of those commercials for the gyms in December.
New Year's resolution, and then January comes and they hit the gym, and then about February or March, Where are they?
Right. It's funny. My season more starts February, March, January.
Really?
People go to gyms, but they don't have money to pay personal trainers at that time. So they're still paying the credit cards from the holidays.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Then I fire back up again.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
that's good. That's
Well, how
good.
do they find you? If someone wanted to find you, Rob, is there a number that they can reach you, or just call the gym?
Well, as the station is, I'm also on Facebook.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
So they can find Rob Carbo there.
On Facebook?
And a lot of now, word of mouth is
Right.
pretty much where I get my clients, or MySpace and Facebook.
Or they can just come into the gym
Or just come there and find me.
and and ask for you.
And having a big mouth like we've already alluded to, a lot of people know who I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that helps. But I
Well,
don't
you're
really train.
you're one of the probably best known instructors in health and fitness on the Monterey Peninsula. I don't think I mean there's no one else that comes to mind, but you. So you've done a good job marketing yourself.
Thank you. And there are a lot of very good people. But,
There are.
but
There
yeah,
are.
I've been lucky.
Yeah.
So when we come back from the next video, it'd be interesting to talk about some of your trips that you've taken. And
Yeah.
He's had some interesting adventures.
He has. He
in
has.
powerlifting. So
Really a varied life with a lot of fascinating things that have happened to Rob over the years. Well, let's go play a music video to entertain our audience out there. More music. Thanks again to Cool TV for providing the music for us on Monterey On Tonight. And Dave, what's coming up next? What do you have queued up there?
Debbie, right? Is it Debbie Gibson?
Is it Debbie?
Yeah, Only in My
Debbie
Dreams.
Gibson, Only in My Dreams? Is that what's next?
1986.
1986.
Actually,
Is that
What is it? Dave, welcome to.
no.
Is it Journey? Because we have a.
It's Debbie Gibson.
It is Debbie Gibson. Okay,
But
cool.
This is-
I don't have it.
You don't have it queued yet.
I forgot to skip the next song.
Oh, that's okay. You know what?
Well, what do you have? Have you got one?
No, let him cue it up, and we'll keep talking to Rob for a second.
Sure.
It's okay. This is live TV, folks, so we just go with whatever happens. So.
Yeah, go with the flow.
You went to Las Vegas for a competition.
Last year I won the World Championship in Las Vegas.
That's right. The World
For my age group, yes.
For your age group.
Yes.
Wow. And so there were people there from all over the world that were.
Yeah, it's and there's a lot of organizations, so predominantly North America, but there are, you get people from all over the world.
And for powerlifting, is it more the weight that you're lifting, or is it the weight and the age group? How do they?
Yes, both. Weight, my weight, weight class,
Okay.
how much weight I'm lifting, as well as my age group.
Okay.
So it's pretty dissected.
Okay. And then once a person is embarking on the road of weight training, is it something that you have to continue the rest of your life, or your body needs to continually keep that, right?
Well, hopefully the lifestyle, but that that old wives' tale that muscle turns to fat.
That's
that
what I didn't
isn't
want to say
necessary.
it like
and
that.
I knew where you were going with that, but that's really not the truth.
Is that a fable?
It's
Just
pretty
kind
much
of-
a
Look
fable.
at Arnie. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I mean, Arnie's not flabby, and I don't think he
No.
works out the amount of time that he did. I mean, being the governor, you don't have time
I think
to
your
be at the
body
gym
learns to
every day.
accommodate the.
Arnie
the
looks good.
He still looks good.
He looks great.
And I think with that, it's like athletes, when they stop playing, they'll get heavier.
Yeah.
If you're eating the way you ate when you were active, and then you're not active anymore,
You have to
you're
adjust
gonna,
it.
so you
Have to
have to
adjust.
adapt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to know the secret of eating what you want, and then
Well, you
the
have
amount of
You
activity.
got to burn
it
those
takes.
calories.
I
Exercise.
would like to know that one
exercise.
too.
Well, we're
Okay, here
ready
we
with
go.
Deb.
Here we're ready with Debbie. Let's roll Debbie Gibson. What a great video that is. They don't make them like that anymore.
No.
They really don't. That was just one terrific video. Journey.
Steve
and,
Perry.
Steve Perry.
And I'll
from-
tell you what, Steve Perry broke the mold. One of the things that I found that was really interesting is that the guitarist and the band in general did not like that song. They did not want to do any ballads.
What a beautiful song.
And Steve Perry just stuck with it, stomped his feet, he just went with it, and they went ahead and played it at a concert. And the audience just went crazy,
Yeah.
and the whole band was just
Shocked.
shocked. They couldn't believe it.
Well, it just
Steve
goes to
Perry
show
knows
you,
his music.
he sure does. And Rob, Steve Perry's from a little town over by our old hometown, Fresno.
Oh, really?
He's from Hanford, California. And last week when we played a Journey song, I said, "Where's Hanford?"
And you know where.
And I
Hanford.
know where Hanford is. It's
And
a
then
great-
he went to college in Visalia. And
Yeah, and then I asked Juliana last week, can you tell me what Steve Perry's doing now? And she knew.
Del Mar, California.
He's living in Del Mar, probably going to the horses every day.
Oh, really?
Playing,
No, he's
playing the
not.
ponies, spending some of that
No.
money that he made back in the 80s, and,
Well, I
and
would
enjoying
say-
life. You
I-
said something about he had some health challenges, though.
He did. He had to have some joints issue. I don't know if it was his hip or his knees. I think it was his joints. So, yeah.
Well,
So
you know, we all have those challenges, and Rob's the kind of guy that can help us with our
prevention's
health.
the best.
Really?
The
We'll
best
have to get him working out.
That's right, the best medicine. We get him over here to the peninsula and send him over to your gym and get him to work out with you, Rob.
Rob, the body was made to be moving,
Yes.
not
Yes.
not still.
Yes, we don't want to be stagnant.
Stagnant, that's the word.
Yes. No,
And
we
with,
don't wanna be
between
stagnant.
jobs where we sit at desks all day and talk to people with the computers and the cell phones and then the cars, and we don't.
Right.
It's amazing we have to make an appointment with the gym to walk.
Well, think about it. Even being on the phone and everything, people are getting these
they're
neck
all-
pains
yeah.
and this.
Well, Juliana was having a problem the other day. She was on the mouse so much she was getting carpal tunnel with her hand, and you know, if you're always on the computer and grabbing that mouse, 8 hours a day.
Well, I always thought it was carbo tunnel.
Carbo tunnel? Well, you know what? I'm going to start using that. And then they'll say, no,
See,
it's
we can
not carbo.
avoid
Say,
that.
no, it's Rob Carbo
That's
tunnel.
right.
Absolutely.
We'll get them off of that.
I love that. I'll use that next time.
You know, while we were listening to Journey, we were talking with Rob about some of the clients that he has and some of the people that he's been able to help, and how, you know, there's no reason to feel intimidated about using a personal trainer, where sometimes somebody might think, well, I should be in shape because I'm going to be a complete, but a personal trainer understands.
It's surprising how people have that viewpoint of, well, let me get in shape first, and that's
Because
kinda
out of embarrassment.
putting the apple before the cart,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, before
Right.
the horse, or you know.
Right. And
you
it's
got
not just, and you mentioned that powerlifting is not really the primary teaching skill as far as your
No,
weight training.
actually, I don't train people
That's
for what I
just
do.
your thing. Right,
Yeah, that's
right.
my thing, and a lot of times I think that's the misconception as well. I don't want to look like him.
Yeah.
You know, but that's very, very, very small percentage, if at all, of what I
Okay.
do is really strength training. It's more
Strength training.
housewives and people just change a lifestyle.
Okay.
And ideally, I think even as a personal trainer, like we said before, a lot of people come for accountability, that they wouldn't show up if it weren't for me. But ideally, I want to train them to train themselves where they don't need me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that would be the
that'd be
best
great.
course.
Sure.
So when somebody contacts you and they said, okay, I've never had a personal trainer before, let's say like me.
Today, I started with a woman that's never trained with a personal trainer
Okay.
before.
And
in her
where do you
60s.
start? In her 60s?
Yes.
Wow.
And she looked great, but wants to lose 30 pounds.
Okay.
But just get the ball rolling, a little bit at a time, baby steps.
Okay. So where will you start her first? In what
What we
towards
did
that
with
goal?
her was a little cardio, and then as time goes on and people want more specific things with their body, I'll break their body into different segments and
Okay.
train part of the body a day. Whereas with her, I was doing everything. So
Okay.
just
Yeah, a
really
little bit of
touching up
everything.
on everything slightly.
Do you go
Good
over
start.
Yeah.
basically what the eating habits are?
Right.
Okay.
And we'll go over that. And so many people follow set diets, or they'll look at a diet, but it's like going to a tailor and expecting your suit to fit me. You know,
Right.
everybody is different, and we've
Diet
identified.
and exercise.
But you know, one of the
and
things that I
exercise.
notice is that whenever I increase my exercise regime, I actually crave healthy things. Like the soda doesn't taste as good.
Right.
I'm craving water.
Right.
You know, fruits and vegetables taste better. So
Yeah.
actually, it's almost like when you treat your body well, it starts to ask for the right
Do you
things.
find yourself getting more hungry, though? Your appetite growing as you exercise more? You want more healthy things, but then your
But you want more
metabolism
of
is
them.
speeding up.
Sure.
And a
So
lot of people.
lots of veggies.
Yeah.
Are you a vegetarian?
No.
You're not.
Is steak a vegetable?
No.
They eat
But
vegetables.
Is there really something,
No.
Rob, is there really something in being a vegetarian that is better for you than eating red meat or any sort of meat?
I would say balance would be
Balance.
more the way to go. And I mean, nothing against anybody that's a vegetarian, and especially religiously or what have you. But I think we need that balance in there. You know?
So it's an individual
It's an
decision
individual
and
thing.
how a person feels
And there's ways of going. There's vegetarians that have become bodybuilders, powerlifters, professional athletes. So
yeah, sure.
To each their own.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Well, this has been very informative. Thank you so much for stopping by to visit with us tonight. If you'll hang around, we're going to have you do the honors and pull the. We've got a few more minutes for you folks out there in TV land to send us an email and get your names in the hopper tonight for the $25 gift certificate. Good at Ola's in the Barnyard, Carmel.
And we want to thank everybody for emailing us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to know that you're out there and that you're enjoying the show, and everything has been very positive. You're enjoying the music videos as much as we are enjoying sending them out to you and watching them here in the studio. It kind of brings back a lot of memories from the past. And so here's another one for you. See if you remember this one. Wants you, Billy Squire.
Do you remember that song he was most famous for?
What was he most famous for?
You remember?
Was that stroking or stroke?
That stroke.
Stroke.
Like you're swimming.
Yeah.
You know. Like, so anyway.
Rob stuck around because those of you that were kind enough tonight to send in your name to our website, kymbtv.com. Right now, we're going to have our drawing. Rob, if you'll reach in there and move them around a little bit. And, just close your eyes.
Get my hand in there?
Get your hand in. Can you get your hand in there?
No.
You
Hard
can,
to get your
because you can't really.
I can't. Well,
he's got one. He pulled it from the bottom.
I was giving a little mix, actually.
Yeah, he was.
They're all mixed.
They're mixed up.
Okay.
So who's the lucky winner of the $25 gift certificate to Ola's in Carmel?
Netta from Carmel Valley.
Netta from Carmel Valley. Well, great.
So
that is so neat.
I'm going to email you and hopefully get your contact information so we can get this to you. And we want to thank everybody who entered.
Yes, and we're going to do this every week,
so,
right?
So keep submitting. Next week, do the same thing, okay?
Keep coming to the website. Send us your name. Let us know you're watching, where you're watching from. And it's not always going to be a $25 gift certificate from Ola's.
Things.
We might give some pizzas away, right?
Sure, and movie
tickets.
tickets.
Movie tickets.
You never know.
In fact, we're working on that right now with Lighthouse Cinema. Steve Thomas is working on that for us. In fact, Sarah Nicole may be going over to the Lighthouse to review the new movies.
Sure. And what we could do is we did play her movie review for our network at the beginning of the show, and there's probably some viewers who've tuned in halfway through. So what we'll do before we close the show, maybe we can play.
Yeah, we could play that again. And you know what's interesting, folks? If you're just finding us for the very first time, we are a new television station in Monterey. We are KYMB. We're channel 19 on Comcast Cable, soon to be on Charter Cable. Over in Santa Cruz, we're still on channel 29, but moving to channel 19 at the end of March. So it'll be 19 across the board. And most of our time is spent with the MGM movie network called This TV. Great movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
And from Orion, Polygram, Canon, and MGM.
We really are Monterey's movie channel now, and it doesn't cost you extra to have the channel in your home. And if you know someone that can't get us, Channel 19, digital cable, all you have to do is tell them to call Comcast. They'll mail two of these little boxes out, and you just hook them up to just take the cable here and one cable to the TV set.
Eventually,
they're free.
Eventually, all of Comcast is all going to be digital.
And you'll need one of those boxes. Anyway, that's going to happen very soon. Really? That's what happened to you?
They cut the channels, and I have one of those boxes.
Well, there you are. And you get 2 per household. Absolutely free. Just call Comcast and they'll put them in the mail to you. Just tell them you heard about it right here on KYMB.
Super.
So, great. And congratulations to our winner tonight. She's going to enjoy a meal, actually a $25 gift certificate, good towards a meal. But I think you could probably get a pretty good meal for $25. Probably a meal for 2.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you, Bernadette.
Thanks for
Rob, thank you.
Thank you
and
for having me.
Let's go back to the music videos. We've got about 25 minutes left.
And if you're looking
tonight.
for a personal trainer or the information on it, email us at kymbtv.com and we'll give you Rob's contact information. Or if you're on Facebook, you can look up Rob Carbo, C-A-R-B-O.
Correct.
and Rob will get you going with that information.
Absolutely. And Rob and I were talking about Jefferson Starship earlier. Is that what's coming up next?
Yep. That's what's
And you know the story about this?
No. What's the story?
Well,
this is called "It's Not Over Till It's Over."
Right. And basically, the Jefferson Starship used to be called Jefferson Airplane.
Right.
And they were a science fiction-y based, that was just the concept, science fiction. And then there was a legal battle or little dispute about the name.
Lots of stories about these folks.
Right. So then they went to Jefferson Airplane. And then anyway.
Jefferson Starship.
Yes.
Starship. Then something else.
Then they ended up with just Starship.
Okay.
So it's a big.
Gracie Slick. We were talking about Gracie Slick. Yeah.
What a voice.
Yeah.
What a voice.
She started out as a model. Did you know that?
I remember she
yeah.
was
She
gorgeous.
did?
Beautiful
I
lady.
didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Back in the 60s. How about that,
That
folks?
wasn't on Google.
That wasn't on Google?
No.
Oh, I read it. I read it on Wikipedia.
I believe you.
Wikipedia. That's a better site sometimes.
Well, Google sent me to Wikipedia, and it
Well,
still
and you-
didn't say it.
And you didn't find out anything about
I
it.
probably should just click on her
Yeah,
name.
I wonder
and,
if Gracie Slick is watching tonight. If you know Gracie, tell her to tune into our show.
Anyway,
We're gonna
thank you
play
so
her
much for
video.
watching our websites, kymbtv.com. We are going to be switching to the Coastal TV network at midnight. And then we will be back in the morning with MGM movies. So right now,
Here's more music to take us out till the midnight hour.
enjoy.
And there they are, ZZ Top, driving off into the distance. And, you know, engineer Dave just said, I saw those guys a couple of years ago at a concert, and, man, they can still rock.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear they always have those sunglasses on, too. Whenever they're in public, almost always.
They are very cool guys.
They got
ZZ Top, and that video was from the 80s.
That was 1983. Their band was actually formed in 1969 in Houston, and
They've been around a long
they
time,
have.
and they're still out there rocking today. Can you believe it? All those years.
Well, it is about 1:45 midnight. We've been here since 8 p.m.
Live
from our KYMB studios. We will be back next Saturday night. And if you ever would like to see our guest list for the upcoming week, you can go to our website, KYMB TV, and click on the Monterey on Tonight link, and you can see who's coming up. Now, if you go there, you will have noticed that Joe Fletcher from the Monterey County Film Commission was supposed to be a guest tonight, but poor Joe got sick. But he promised.
Well, we talked about the Oscars.
Yeah, he promised.
And they're having an event.
He's going to come. Yeah, tomorrow. Hopefully, he'll be better enough to go to the Spanish Bay event at they don't call it Oscar night.
No, they call it the big night
The big
for
night.
The Monterey County Film Commission.
And what a fun group that is.
That's a great event. If you guys are looking for something to do tomorrow night, I'm sure there's still
And Joe will be back.
tickets available.
Joe will be when he's
Joe's
feeling
gonna
better.
be a guest.
He will be
and
back on the
we'll
show.
maybe come back and talk about who won.
I think that's great.
Don't
That'd be
forget the
great.
Oscars tomorrow night at 5 o'clock on ABC.
Gary, next Saturday night, I have our list here for the guests next Saturday night, and the fellow that you had lunch with, was it the CHP captain or
Captain
William
of the Highway
Patrol?
Pearlstein.
Pearlstein. He's here next week.
Oh,
we
well,
have
you know what we're going to talk about?
What?
Texting in your car while you drive.
Wow.
And how dangerous it is. We're going to, he's the captain of the Highway Patrol for
That's
this area.
going to be really neat. I mean, how often do you actually get to have an audience with the captain of the
Highway Patrol, and we're going to talk about the dangers. And of course, you know that Oprah's got the new ballot contract that she's getting everybody to sign that appears on her show. No talking on cell phones, no texting on cell phones when you're driving, folks. It really is a dangerous thing to do. And we're going to have a video that we're going to show that we're going to have to get the kids out of the room because this is pretty graphic.
Little kids.
The little kids.
The teenagers.
But anyone who is of driving age, we want them to see this this video that we're going to show next week about what happens if you're texting and you get into an accident. Pretty graphic stuff out there.
It is, and it just takes some forethought.
You know, there's
nothing. There's nothing that can't
nothing
wait.
is. That's right. There is nothing that important. But anyway, we're gonna put Sarah on one more time.
Sarah
Nicole is our resident reviewer for the movies that we have on KYMB, right here on our station from the MGM Movie Network. And she's out of town. She's down in San Diego tonight, but she sent in her report about what's coming up this week on the station. So, Dave, have you got that thing ready to roll? Go ahead and roll it. And here's Sarah Nicole.
Hey, Gary and Jules and Dave and the rest of the gang in the studio. Sarah Nicole here, and I'm down here in San Diego, in the beautiful San Diego for a visit, and I'm checking in from a movie review. So I hope you guys are having some fun. I know last week our premiere was such a party, and I'm bummed I can't be there. Yeah, that's right. I'm so bummed I'm in San Diego.
She needs to.
But Monterey's not such a bad place to be either, right? Anyways, I was able to check out a few of the upcoming movies that are playing on our station next week, and I'm so impressed with how many good movies there are from the 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50 years ago. They get archived. And thanks to this TV, we're able to play them on our station. So what are some of the highlights and my recommendations for the upcoming week? Still of the Night, released in 1982 with Meryl Streep. It's a drama, and boy, let me tell you, a drama. I had no idea that movies in the 80s could be just as scary, if not scarier, as the movies released today. I watched it alone, and I was hiding under the covers. Anyways, it features Meryl Streep when she was much younger, and what a beauty she was and still is. That woman is such a polished actress. It comes on Monday at 9 p.m., so beat your Monday blues with a good drama, Still of the Night, at 9 p.m. right here on KYB. Then on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m., we have Cuba, released in 1979 with Sean Connery. It's an action movie and a love story. So check out Cuba Tuesday at 9:30. Then on Friday, if you happen to be at home at 9 a.m., God forbid that you're sick at home, but for whatever reason you are home, tune in to KYB on Friday for a movie released in 1962 called Follow That Dream with Elvis Presley. We play quite a bit of Elvis movies on our station, and it's great because they're always such good movies. So Follow That Dream is a musical comedy drama with the tagline being, Elvis hits the road to laughter and hits a new high in romance. Imagine that. Also, Friday at 9 p.m., we have Robert Downey Jr. in a movie called 1969. It's a drama about the Vietnam War. It actually features quite a few famous actors. I swear I'm not just choosing movies because of all the handsome men. Sean Connery, Elvis Presley, Robert Downey Jr. I still pick Still of the Night with Meryl Streep too, but trust me, these are great movies which feature some really great actors. Remember, you can always check out the schedule of movies on our website and on this TV website. Also, if any of your viewers have any questions about the upcoming movies on our station, feel free to shoot me an email, sarah@kymbtv.com. So, Thanks for having me. Once again, sorry I couldn't be in the studio, but I'm here in San Diego, and next week you'll see me right back in the studio. All right, everyone, have fun.
And thank you very much, Sarah Nicole, for that report on what's coming up this week on KYMB with our movies.
Movie stars all the time.
Yes, from the MGM Movie Library.
They just look about 10, 20, 30 years younger.
They sure do. That's right, but they're still great movies.
Oh, certainly are.
Okay, you wanted to talk about a couple of things, and then we're going to play our last music videos for the night.
Well, just what's going on here in the community. I was in Carmel and happened to pick up their schedule at the Pac Rep Theater, Golden Bow, and is it Golden Bow? Is that how they bow?
Golden Bow.
Golden Bow. I'm new here, so what a nice theater, though. We were able to be there when they did the Carmel Follies.
Yes.
And Walt DeFaria.
Walt DeFaria.
Played that.
Didn't we all also see a musical with Buddy Holly?
Yeah,
that was great.
So right now what they have is they have the Jungle Book. It's called the Jungle Book Junior live on stage, and they are playing all of the classic songs like Bare Necessities, I Want to Be Like You, That's What Friends Are For. And you know what? Our daughter's all grown up now, but I would still go and see it and enjoy it.
Yes,
we'll
absolutely. We'll have to do that.
We'll have to definitely do that. It's a 300-seat theater. It's at Monteverdi between 8th and 9th, and they're slated for some renovation. It was actually going to be redeveloped years ago, but Pac Rep came in, the foundation, and they preserved it, and they've got a lot of great live entertainment, which is something you don't really see too much anymore. And the Jungle Book's playing there on the weekends, afternoons at 2:30, and then they have some evening shows on the afternoon or on the weekends, 7:30 p.m. So
okay,
anyway.
well, you've covered all of that.
I'm out.
Done all your public service for the week. If you folks have anything out there you'd like to talk about here on our show on Monterey on Tonight, please let us know. You can email us or call us at the station. Anyway, it's been fun, and we're going to play our last music videos for the night.
We want to thank our guests tonight.
All the guests, all the sponsors.
Nick Williams, Hearts for Haiti, next Saturday night.
Don't forget that. Saturday night at the Embassy Suites, the 13th of March. Thanks to Me and Ed's Pizza in Akron. Thanks to
Ola, Bernadette in Carmel at the Barnyard. And also, we want to thank Jose's Underground.
Right.
They have entertainment still for another 2 hours. And then also, they have 80s music on Wednesdays from 8 to p.m. They have DJ Jackson.
And don't forget to thank Teeny.
Teeny
with
Shake,
Isabella's
Latitudes and
Latitudes,
and
who
Doug at
was
Monterey.
Doug at Monterey Movie
Tours.
Tours. And who did we forget? Did we forget anybody?
I think we've got, and congratulations
Oh, and
to
we
our
have
winner.
a new sponsor coming next week, the Sports...
Monterey Sports Center.
Sports Center, new sponsor next week.
Boy, what a place.
Yeah,
so,
great.
And then we've got Val Ramsey next week.
Val Ramsey with Gary Hamada back. So anyway, tune in, same time, 8 o'clock next Saturday night. Good night, Jules.
Good night, Gary.
Good night, everybody.
everyone.